What's up and welcome to episode 31 of How Not to Summon a Podcast. I'm Shinny Senpai and this week I'm joined by the man who would love to stay underground, Jim.
I always stay underground, I don't know what you're on about.
And that man who wants nothing but Yoko, Grayson.
Oh, that's fucking accurate.
Look,
the original
doesn't
Bay.
want Yoko?
The original Bay.
Oh, OG.
And if you haven't already guessed, this week we are doing episode 1 to...
8-ish?
8.
Yeah, we're going to do 1 to 8 of Gurren Lagann.
Let's do this! Turn that down.
Are you all ready for this?
Ready? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, Gurren Lagann. The genre for this is it's an adventure, comedy, and a mech. We all know I hate mech, so it's not...
I'm not a fan of mech either.
Yeah.
There are very few exceptions. This is the exception.
I like a couple of mechs. There's not too many. So I like this one.
I don't like any.
I like Outnoa Zero as well.
Nah,
Fucking
sucks.
love Outnoa Zero.
No, I watched too many bad ones, like Appleseed and a few others that would just put me off them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's your fault.
Neon Genesis, fucking awful. Come at me.
I like Outnoa Zero. It's a bit of a cross between the
I'm
mechs.
trying to think of more. Power Rangers?
I mean...
No.
It's
yeah,
a mech.
It's a mech.
It's from Japan.
Yeah, but
Half
the-
the footage is.
No.
It's only because they do the same shit at the end of every Power Rangers episode. They
Yeah.
all form up and win.
Yeah.
Like,
Great
No,
Megazord.
not having it.
No, just one good Power Rangers. The rest of them suck. The new movie was alright.
Haven't
I'll go out
seen
on a limb. It's not bad.
You can go out on a limb. The rest of us will stay off that branch at this point.
so it was directed by Hiroyuki...
Oh, God.
Hiroyuki Imaishi. He's known for doing things like Kill la Kill.
Creating humanity,
And-
planets.
He's also been a key animator in a lot of episodes of Full Metal Alchemists and Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah. It shows.
And the studio was Gainax, who did Neon Genesis Evangelion.
it shows.
And they also did Akira.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We like Akira around here.
Evangelion.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen
You
it.
guys haven't seen it. I'm old enough to have seen it.
Yeah.
That might be a little bit of a leg up to a future episode.
It
that may
is
be
a
coming
future
up.
episode. Why do you always say maybe?
I like to leave a bit of mystery.
There's no mystery.
There's no
When you say
mystery.
it may be an episode,
We're
it's
a
an
spoiler
episode.
podcast. We'll spoil our own.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they need to know exactly what's coming up.
They know exactly.
Yeah.
We're not going. Well, we might do this one podcast you've never heard of.
Stay
an
tuned
episode
next
on
week
that.
for when we don't tell you what we're going to be listening to.
So the cast of this, I only looked at the three main people. Simon, who is voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. He's known mainly for being Miles Morales' Spider-Man in the 2020 game.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
And he's also voiced Spider-Man in a few of the other games as well. Other than that, not really any major voice work.
Yeah, I haven't really heard that name that much.
No, his voice
And-
was okay.
Yeah, it was
All right.
Yeah, not too bad.
whiny, but...
Yeah, that's the character though.
Then I looked at Carmina, or Bro.
Bro.
We're going to call him Bro for this podcast.
Bro,
Bro.
And
rolling your beads.
he is voiced by Kyle Herbert. He is Atomic Samurai in One Punch Man.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I get his voice now.
And he also plays one of the Demon Lords, Sullivan, in Welcome to Demon School.
No
which is it's quite a popular anime.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Never.
Don't,
even
yeah,
heard of
don't
it.
even worry. You've seen it.
Yeah,
season,
shock.
Season
shock,
2's
shock.
out now as well. Then I looked at Yoko, or Yoko Littner.
Yoko
Yoko.
We'll call her Yoko.
or
Wife.
Bay.
or Bay. And she's voiced by Michelle Ruff. She is
We're not going to make a joke about that.
What, Ruff?
I mean, however,
I had a dog called Ruff once, which ironically is the same position I'd put her in.
She...
I would say she's
Jeez,
14,
that-
but this came out in like 2009, so
It's fine
good
now.
times.
yeah,
It's
it's
fine
fine
now.
now. It's 11 years later. She's now technically like, what, 24, 25?
She was 16 in the show.
No, she wasn't.
She was 16.
She was not.
She's
think she
16.
was.
She's 16.
Oh, all right then.
I
Fine.
have the statue. I know.
He's felt it out enough.
She voiced...
No, it's just, it's broken a lot, so it needed a lot of hot glue.
She actually voices the main character of Demon Slayer as well.
Some fans will get that, others won't. There are two types of anime fans.
Ones that have hot glue and ones that don't.
So yeah, going back, she is the main voice of the main character of Demon Slayer, which we know is a massive anime at the minute. Huge. In fact, the movie is the highest selling anime movie that's been made.
Yeah, her voice is very good in this. Everything that she does is very good in this.
She's also Sinon in Sword Art.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
With the short,
okay.
Yeah, the short
Short.
Short art.
head sniper.
Bang tidy. Just Sheeny describing his penis.
I mean,
short
she-
hard.
Nope. Nope. Not going to say much more.
And we'll finally go into some ratings. So IMDb gave this. Anyone want to guess?
8 out of 10.
No, I'd go a little bit lower. I'd say a 7.
It got a 7.7.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah,
it wouldn't-
10.
I don't think it'd be 8.
And Rotten Tomatoes,
73.
82.
you're both off the mark. 92% on
Oh, fucking A.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
They don't know what they're on about 90% of the time unless it's about this show.
I was
and
going to
then
say,
they know
hold on a
exactly
minute.
what they're on
You
about.
constantly slate how wrong they are about ratings.
No,
So-
no, they are wrong. This should be higher.
No,
Couldn't keep a straight face.
No,
this
it
is
shouldn't.
fresher than that.
no, it should not.
Oh, it is fresh with a pH on this one.
So let's go into episode 1.
Yeah, baby.
Gurren Lagann, not Daddy.
Yeah, baby.
That's just Austin Powers.
That was.
I mean, the font on this, you've seen the intro fonts. They are very Austin Powers-y in this, by the way.
I think from watching it, they take a piss out of quite a few things.
Yes.
It's another anime.
This was a really early anime that tried to do this as well.
Yeah.
Like, it hadn't been done a lot. It took the piss out of Mecha.
Yeah,
Yeah, it did.
I think it took the piss out of Ghibli
Yeah.
a couple of times
Bit
as
of Dragon
well.
Ball Z.
There's a couple of
Yeah.
moments in it where they take the piss out of Ghibli. We'll come to them. So it opens with we're in space and there's this gigantic explosion and what seems like a space war that's just taking place and there's ships shooting each other.
So me and Grayson have watched this, what, you've said 5-6 times?
So, yeah, I've watched this a lot.
I've probably watched this about 4 times now. Every single time. Doesn't matter. Without fail.
I always
watch
forget
this
the intro
yeah,
exists. I always think I'm
forget.
starting at the wrong episode.
I always get to this one and I'm like, what? What's this? What is this start supposed to be? But the start is the end in essence, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Ish. It's
ish.
a foresight
the last
towards
fight.
the
Yeah.
last few episodes, yeah. And we also see like a piece of what looks like a little spiral floating around. And then we cut. And we cut to what looks like there's just loads of people who are digging tunnels. And they do this all day. And we find out that they dig these tunnels to expand their village, kind of like ants.
Yeah.
Because that's what ants do. They dig tunnels to expand the home.
Yeah.
And they're digging these tunnels, and they're also talking about the fact that, like, when you dig the best tunnel, you're the best digger, you get a pig mole steak for dinner, or...
This is going through the narration in the head of Seamoon at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, so we
Where-
get the
Will
introduction
you
to
stop saying Seamoon.
Seamoon.
No, shut up.
It's Simon.
Notice how I'm going to
Seamoon.
say it. Seamoon.
Seamoon.
It's just
Oh, hey.
Seaman.
From one extreme to the other.
Seamoon.
Simon.
Seamoon.
Simon.
No, don't give a shit. That's how I say it.
You're going to
Deal
have
with
to
it.
put up with that, guys.
Right. Yeah, we get the introduction to Simon. And he is the one who is digging and finds this glowing... It's the piece of the spiral that we got from the intro.
It's a thing that Grayson gave me
I did.
as a gift.
I
I've
did.
literally got at home. I forgot about it. I was going to bring it today. It's the necklace with the actual
spiral piece.
Spiral piece. Well,
Yeah.
it's the drill piece, isn't it?
The drill key, yeah.
It's the key, yeah.
Fuck,
to
I
turn
love
on
that.
the mech, yeah.
I wore that for years, by the way.
I know.
Absolutely
And
years.
it's also a weapon, we find out as well.
Kind of, yeah.
And an ignition key as well at the same time.
Now, Simon is not popular with the girls
Anybody.
of the village.
Anybody.
Or really anybody, because he's so grubby, he's dirty. All he does is sit in holes and dig, and the girls think that he's really gross.
In the words of the ladies, ooh, he smells too much. Literally in that same
Of
way.
what? Just
Of
dirt. And sweat,
guess so,
I
yeah.
guess. Because there's no showering going on, is there?
No.
So surely nobody smells good in this village.
I'd imagine you'd
Well, they
become
must have
accustomed
access to
it.
water, because they
They've
wouldn't
got
be
water,
survived.
yeah. We see that other village later on. They just have an entire poolly lakey thing.
Yeah, that's quite good. Nice swimming pool and that. There. But to be fair, when it's going through his conversation in his head, he's like, the more holes you dig, You get more pig mole steaks.
That's what he's interested in.
Life lesson there.
The more holes you dig, the more pig mole steaks you get.
Yeah.
Take that how you will, guys. Because even me and
Up
Sheeny
that
are
body
giving-
count. That's what I'm saying. Just up that body count.
Me and Sheeny are exchanging glances.
You're talking to a serial killer? So we also get introduced to Bro, or Carmina. We're going to call him Bro. We get introduced to Bro for the first time. And Bro is desperate to get to the surface. He is fed up of living underground and digging holes. Well, he just doesn't want to dig holes. I don't think I've ever seen him dig a hole.
No, it's not his job.
And he's created his own little team down there, Team Gurren. And he devises a plot to get to the surface. Him and the guys jump on fully grown pig moles.
Yep.
And they start trying to ride them to the surface.
And they're going to use Siemens drill because Siemens drill is
Fucking
the drill.
Seaman.
What? I can't do it. I
Simon.
can't do
Mon.
it.
Simon.
I can't do
Mon.
it.
Simon.
Simon.
Just say Simon with
See?
C.
Simon.
See?
Simon is going to use
Please just say Simon. It's better than Seaman constantly.
Simon. Simon?
Simon.
Is that Bro's semen or
Yeah, see?
They're riding that.
was your stepbrother stuck or something?
Do you know what? I can't do it though. That's the thing. I keep thinking of Simon.
What, your stepbrother? Yeah, please don't.
I don't have a
Simon.
stepbrother.
Simon.
Simon.
Yeah, that's it.
All
Of
right.
all the names we've got to say during this show that
Yeah.
are just out there, you're stuck on a variation of Simon.
Yeah. Your point?
You're a mentalist.
Maybe.
You're a mentalist.
In fact, highly likely. That's what my therapist says. But
that's why I'm in a room with
that's
you
why I'm
fucking
in a white padded room.
It's not padded.
Not yet.
Not yet. It will be.
He never leaves the
The
studio,
sound
guys.
They don't let me out.
He never leaves.
Studio.
They don't let me out. All I have is a small window to look out of
And dream.
and dream.
Anyway, is there a point you were getting to?
Yeah, there was actually, but you guys have completely fucked me on this one. It's the point where he's like, Simon.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
Like my face, you couldn't see it behind this mic, but it was like,
Concentration.
Simon. They were like, yours is the drill that's going to break through the roof and through to the heavens, isn't it? That's what
Yeah,
you always
yours
say.
this
a
is
drill that
quote-
appears
This is
to heavens.
Carmina's
Bro
quote.
quotes this a lot.
Oh, I love it.
Yours is a drill that appears to heavens.
Yeah, love it. It's such a great quote.
Just as they're about to get to the surface on the pig moles, what I thought was like some sort of line boss or something. Turns out it's the village chief.
As
right?
the line manager.
That's what I thought. The
Does
village,
this make Carmina Karen?
Maybe.
the village chief
Blue
just batters them all with a giant staff.
So how do they go to the heavens, by the way? Just talk about how, like, two
By a noose.
circulating pig mole congealments of,
Yeah.
like, loads of pig moles smashed together as they ride together and then, like, bash up into, like, a column.
Like ants.
Like ants.
Yeah, that's not how
Pig moles.
Physics.
Pig
That's
moles
not how
work?
pig moles work.
that's not how physics work. That's like not
Works
how
for ants.
anything works.
Ants do this.
Yeah, but these are things that huge
They
fucking pig
all,
moles.
yeah, the cubic law would not allow it, but
Yeah. Any law wouldn't allow it, to be fair.
So they don't get there, and the village chief is expecting an apology for the attempted breakout, and Bro is the only one of the group who is like, I'm not apologizing.
I got a problem with this part. Not a huge problem. If you're that village chief, right, and you say you need to apologize for trying to break out,
Yeah.
doesn't that reinforce the idea that there's somewhere to break out to? A surface?
Yeah, because he says
No,
you
it's
can't break
They
out.
just know it's dangerous
Right.
up there. That they
But in
shouldn't
order
go
for there
there.
to be danger, there needs to be something there.
Yeah, but you don't want to be the first one to look and see what is there.
Well, he said there's no such thing as a surface.
Yeah, so why is he punishing him? Why is he punishing him for that specific thing? Why not just
He
say,
doesn't
quit
just
being a
punish him.
dickhead and wasting your energy and contribute to the fucking village, you dick. And get it done that way. Why does he... It just bothers me that that's the language that they use. Punishing him for trying to break to the surface.
You
It
just let him go.
I mean, you would just let him go,
would.
right?
You would.
Surely he would have known that his dad would have escaped as well. They would have been about the same age.
Well, he does know that his dad's up on the. Well, he's under the belief that his dad's on the surface.
Yeah, because
anyway.
he said
Yeah,
it's like
but
your
the village
foolish
chief
father,
isn't.
yeah.
The village chief isn't, even though his dad did get to the surface.
Yeah, the chief turns around and says, you'll be like your foolish father looking for the surface, who disappeared. And he's like, while he's up
I
there.
would just let him go at this point.
Yeah.
Like, if he's causing that much problems for everybody else and you would just say go.
He's clearly not a good worker. He
clearly doesn't
contributes
work.
nothing to this society. So yeah, let him chuff off.
He doesn't
Fuck it.
contribute anything
He's
anyway.
literally just let your entire food supply become a tornado twister for some reason.
Yeah.
It isn't.
That's
There's
fine.
like thousands of them as well. And he's just killed them all off.
Well, he doesn't apologise. Before anything actually happens to him, an earthquake happens. Everyone panics. And this is also when we get introduced to the little teeny mole that is kept by Simon.
Buta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddha, baby.
And during this earthquake, while the earthquake's taking place, Carmina Bro gets locked up in shackles in some sort
rope.
of room. And
It's rope.
I thought
is
he
it
stood
rope? Is
there.
it? Oh,
I thought they were standing out in the open and like everybody else cowering, and
No,
the Carmina's
earthquake-
just standing there.
yeah. He's not bothered by
With
it.
Seaman, and Seaman's like, "Come on, move," and he's like, "I don't back down." And he's like,
It's
"What?
the first insight we get to Bro never turning away from
Anything?"
Being an
anything.
idiot.
Yeah, being an idiot. He is being an idiot.
He is an idiot.
He's an extreme.
Yeah.
But he's an extreme with spirit.
Damn right he is.
This is when we find out that Simon lost his parents in one of these earthquakes that happened. They got crushed along with loads of other people in the village. So this is like a reoccurring fright for them.
Something that happens daily almost, I think they
It
say.
seems
yeah.
like it does happen a lot, yeah. Which is, we find out why, obviously, later on. Simon decides he's going to go and break Bro out. So he goes and finds him and breaks him out. He's
Well,
not
you
even
say he
locked
breaks
up.
him out. He digs a hole between his legs and then
Yeah, he just,
Carmina's like, cool, what do you want to show me? He just breaks himself out.
Did we also forget, like, there's a bit just before that where they're all being told off and they're like, who's the main leader of this plot? And he's got, like, the three other guys with him.
Oh, they just back out.
Seaman and himself. And they're like, oh, I know you wouldn't have done this. I know you got roped into it by Carmina, Simon. But then the other three just back down instantly.
Well, the reason he wants to break Bro out is because he found a face as he was digging in the soil. What? Is this just pot luck?
It is literally potluck.
Or is this thing drawn to him? Because
No,
obviously he
no.
found the spiral. Yeah, but later on, in a later episode, when the spiral starts to glow, the face goes to him.
Yes, it does.
So when he finds the
I mean, the face
spiral
goes to him.
inside the gurren,
Yeah.
the face finds him when his spiral starts to glow
It
later
does.
on. It smashes
so
through the
we think-
ship to him. So I'm guessing
Because
that he's
he
found the
has
spiral.
the key.
Yeah, the face has
And
gone to him. Lagann
spiral
has
spirit.
gone to him.
Lagann's gone to... Okay.
Yeah, that's what
So
obviously
it's drawn
is-
to the user of the key.
Yeah, that's what it seems like because he's a spiral user.
And to the guy with the
Yeah.
spirit.
Yeah.
That's
that goes-
literally like
that goes
90%
hand
of
in
this
hand
show,
with,
yeah.
with being
It's
the
not
owner of that
explained,
key.
but it's clearly because
Well,
of
it's
what
supposed to be
happened later.
like the Dragon Ball Z fucking chi thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a piss take of that.
It really is.
They call it fighting spirit or
Yeah.
spiral bullshit, but it's all
yeah,
the
it's
same
like
thing.
spiral power. Or, yeah,
Yeah,
something
before they
like
know
that.
what it is, it's fighting spirit.
Yes. So as he breaks Bro out, the ceiling gives in, and what comes crashing down but one of the giant mechs. And Bro doesn't back away from this ginormous monster. He stands up to it.
He turns around to the village chief and he's like, "Come on, it's you're supposed to protect us." And then he literally like kicks up his katana, isn't it?
Fucking brilliant.
I
scene.
love that scene.
Wrapping around his neck and his arms and stuff.
I saw the hey.
Hey. Such a good scene.
You're about to go up against the indomitable mighty Carmina.
And then guess who drops in on the action?
Oh,
It's
my
babe.
wife.
Oh.
My wife.
The introduction to
My wife.
Yoko.
No,
It's
my wife.
literally just like bang, bang.
Oh, first time I watched this,
Yeah.
I'll fucking tell you it was bang bang.
First time I watched this, and you were the
It
one
wasn't
that
a big
invited
fucking
me.
gun in my hand, let me tell you.
It was fully cocked, anyway. Literally, first time I watched this because you
I
told
recommended
me,
this, yeah.
recommended me to watch it. I watched it, and I got to this moment, and I went, "Oh, interesting." And I went, "Oh, hold on a second."
So the minute she lands,
Oh, God, you just did.
I thought the chair. I
I
thought
thought
the
the
chair.
chair
I thought
was
your
gonna
fat
break.
ass broke the chair.
I thought so as well.
So the first thing that happens to Yoko when she lands is she gets hit on by Bro. straight away, he comments on how nice her body is.
Damn, man.
surface
the
chicks
surface
are a
chicks
breed
are
apart.
a breed apart.
For those who haven't watched this, like, why are you even listening anyway? Because we're a spoiler podcast, but also,
Why have you not watched
you
Gurren
need
Why
to-
have
Lagann?
you not watched Yoko?
You should know who Yoko is, even not watching Gurren Lagann, I suppose. She's one of those...
Jessica
main-
Needed her. Like,
yeah.
that was the first big job she had, I think.
give her a type in.
Oh, I fucking
Yoko.
give her a type, don't you worry.
Type in, have a look, see who Yoko is, and just
Then he finds out that she's a pit chick, and he says, well, that explains the thunder thighs.
get out of the way, Thunder Thighs. Oh, what happened to all the niceness you were talking about?
And then they find the mech head again. Simon leads them to the mech head, and Bro is like, Simon, you're the one that must drive this. I don't know why, but you think he would have been the one to step up?
Do you know what I think it is? I think he doesn't know how to, and this is kind of like the no, I would allow you to do this.
Is that what you think it is?
Yeah, you know-
Or do you think he's always known
like,
that
catch me
Simon
you
is
can.
stronger than him?
No, I don't think it's that. This guy's just cocky as fuck.
No, I think we do.
I think it's like the catch me if you can syndrome, where he's like,
I think
he's faking it.
I don't know. I think
the whole way
Carmina
through.
knows that there's something special about Simon.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep.
I think and that's why he encourages him 24/7.
Or it could be he's just like a big brother. He's like, hey, man, you found this. It's yours.
But
Yeah,
he
maybe.
does live by a code.
He literally just says, he was like, hey, you
Finders
were the one that
keepers.
found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, you found it, bro.
He's not a thief or anything. Well, I mean, he is. That's how he gets fucking Gurren, but...
Yeah. But that's how I think he does it. He's like, I'm not a thief. This is yours.
But he allows Simon to take it, and he calls it lagann.
Lagann. Yeah.
We can see where this is going.
Team Gurren with the mighty Lagann.
And then Simon gets in, and the shield thing that goes over the top of him is
The brain
a
thing.
brain, isn't it?
It looks like a
yeah,
brain,
I was going to say it's like painted to look like a brain.
Whatever it was, we got a decent view of Yoko at this
There's
point.
always there's never a bad view of Yoko.
Literally the first,
I'd
10...
fucking cover her in my Yoko, let me tell you.
We get a lot of... the fan service for her trails
points.
off very quick.
Yeah.
It really
this.
does. Like, you get
Massive.
the first 10, 12 scenes where it's just like, but us.
You get
Boobs.
about 4 or 5 episodes of lots of
think
Yoko fan
that's-
service.
That
and then it
is
crashes.
to then twist the joke around a bit, because then they turn it the opposite. Whenever she's they do the OVA episode,
Yep.
and it's the exact opposite. She gets more clothes on, but they make a joke of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. Disappointing. I was really hoping for that OVA.
So
There is one.
Yeah, I know.
There's the
The beach one.
no. There's a full OVA.
Yeah, of her. Isn't that the... So, little sidebar while we're here. Isn't that the one where she becomes a teacher?
No,
afterwards?
that's
No,
later.
that's like the last
part-
episode,
That's
isn't
part of the actual season. No, there is a genuinely different edit to this.
You don't
with
have
a
to
full
tell
movie.
me. I also have the entire fucking DVD
No.
set thing with the movies on.
There's two of them.
Two movies.
No,
yes.
there's two sets.
Yes,
There's
I
the
know.
one that you watch that is Gurren Lagann, then there's Tenga Toppen Gurren Lagann, which is movies and OVA edited differently, and it came out with lots of promotional material.
Again.
Which is where Yoko's singing career comes from.
Again, I've got it.
I had no
It's
idea.
I mean, I've never
It's
seen
all-
this show in my life. I
Have
don't
you
know what
not?
about,
Have you seen the DVD?
but yeah.
Oh, it's good, isn't it? Like the secondary one.
I've statues. I've
Yeah.
got Yoko's hair clip. It's in my car. It literally lives in my car.
So Lagann has...
I got Yoko's scarf as well, just to let you know.
Have you?
I have.
How much are they?
They're not that expensive. I got mine from Comic Con like 10 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, something like that, for like 15 quid.
The missus might have.
And
to
it's a
get
knitted
couple of
one?
pieces.
Oh yeah, Fran's been looking on eBay and stuff for wigs and purely for Comic Con purposes. You
Yeah,
understand? Costuming and
purely for
cosplay.
research reasons.
Cosplay, legitimate cosplay.
Research for me.
Definitely not for anything else.
Back to...
No,
the episodes,
No,
or-
can we just talk about Yoko for an entire life?
So, in Lagann, Simon manages to attack the mech. He smashes his drill into it, because the drill has come out the head of
Smash
Lagann.
my drill into Yoko.
And he drills it all the way to the surface. That is when Yoko introduces herself to our two main protagonists.
Can we call Carmina a main protagonist? I know he's a very prominent character, but he's literally
The
like,
idea is he is a main protagonist all
He's
the
a
way
plot
up
device.
to 8 episodes in.
He's
Yeah.
a plot device.
he's a plot device.
That's what he is.
He's
I-
not. He's
Device.
no. A plot device doesn't take up as much screen time as he does.
He's there to set the spirit of what the team
Yup.
is.
He is not.
Simone is the team.
Yeah, but he's not a plot device.
So is
He has too much screen
Viral.
time, too much to say to be a plot device.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, he's a key character.
He's a key character, definitely.
Yeah, he's a
Not
key
a plot
character.
device.
I wouldn't
He-
call him the
no,
protagonist.
no time have we
Yeah.
ever called a plot, whatever it is,
device.
a lead character ever. Ever have we called them a key character?
Doesn't mean it
Never.
can't be a first time.
No, he is a key character.
He's a
one-
key character. I wouldn't call him the protagonist.
He's not a plot driver.
We don't get any backstory for Carmina, apart from like maybe
We
two
did
bits.
with his dad and stuff.
We get more of a backstory for him than we do Simon
or Yoko.
or
Yeah.
Yoko. We get more of
just-
a backstory from him.
He's definitely like
He was set up to be a main character who they shock you with later by doing what they do.
Fucking works.
it does work. Yeah,
Works.
because you didn't expect it.
Yup.
I just wouldn't call him the protagonist. That's not a word I would use for him. Simone's the protagonist.
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah.
I would say this guy is a key
Yoko's not a
character.
main protagonist.
No,
She drops
definitely not.
completely off and becomes
Yeah, she
almost
does.
a background character.
She literally becomes the I will shoot you when you need me to.
and
That's
I
it.
will call Simon's name from time to time.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they all fly through the air. They all land. They all land in a massive heap, and Yoko's boobs are everywhere. And
Oh, fucking wish.
the episode ends with them looking up, and there's more mechs surrounding them.
Oh, great. Out of the frying pan into the fire, isn't it? Something like that. I love it.
And then we go into episode 2. Drops us straight back in with them being surrounded by the mechs. Simon panics and does what he does best. He tries to dig and get out of there. Bro doesn't,
Of course.
because he doesn't back down from a fight. And he stands there, he gets out his gigantic sword and runs to go and fight these ginormous mechanical beastmen. Why? I get the whole, like, he doesn't back down from a fight, he's brave and everything, but
'Cause
there is a time and a place
This
when you
is
know
where
you're
that comedy
outmatched.
part comes into it, and he is like Ucho Macho Man. He's supposed to be that type of character.
Right.
And this is what it wouldn't be the same death of his, spoiler alert. It wouldn't be the same death if he didn't have this uber macho approach to everything and survive
Yep.
every
He
fight
has-
until he doesn't.
He has space dandy complex.
Who doesn't?
Most people. But he literally will
but he
go
doesn't-
into everything. He'll bumble his way through.
He doesn't
but
try
I'll tell you
to
what, it
physically
works.
fight these things that he's not matched against, though, until he's in something that can match against them.
Yeah.
But even in these moments when he goes to fight
Because
these
he always
mechs,
gets snatched away.
Yeah,
or
Simon pops
pulled
up and
out,
saves
or
him.
someone else
Yeah.
steps in.
And that's the reason
But that's
why.
the point. It's not about the winning or losing or how you win and lose. He will stand his ground. He sets the example for everyone else. If he didn't stand his ground, the alternative is
This
they
is
just
why
run.
I didn't like his character for this reason.
You didn't like
No,
Carmina.
You didn't
no,
like Bro.
No, I didn't like him for this reason of he just consistently does the same thing over and over again. He has nothing else about him.
That's the point
He
of
is
him.
this one thing, oh, I never give up, I never back down, and that's it. That's all he gave to
Yeah, that's
entire thing.
That's the piss take of his character. That is like Goku.
I didn't see it.
or
I didn't see it as a piss take,
Vegeta
though.
and stuff like that. It is the I'm the manliest man, and even if I'm going to take a beating, I'll take my lumps.
Yeah, I just
And
didn't
then I'll
find
get
it.
back
I
up.
didn't find him funny in that sense, though.
He's supposed to be this kind of simplified version of main protagonist from other shows.
Right.
And it definitely comes over as that because it's like the way he doesn't back down from anything. And the only reason he gets through is somebody else protects him.
Yeah,
Somebody else
dumb
drags him
luck.
away. Literally dumb luck.
I just didn't find it funny.
But he wouldn't have those people next to him if he wasn't this macho.
Oh no, I get
Yeah.
that. He becomes a
Big
burden on
speech-giving.
the rest of the people around him in that sense.
Yeah, he does.
100%. Like even in the
But-
first episode when Yoko's about to take the shot to take the power couplings out on that thing, and then
Yeah,
he just
and
stands
he's
up
just
in
like,
the window.
No, a true man looks his enemies in the eyes,
Yeah,
and he's got to shoot him
exactly.
in the back.
Well, he gets snatched up and saved by Simon. And as they're running away, we get the moment where Yoko sort of rests her gun and tits on top of Simon's head.
We've all been there.
Ah, the High School of the Dead complex.
So we get a lot of her and Simon at this point, and obviously this is done on purpose. We get a lot of moments where Simon and her are having moments.
I hate it so much because of the way this goes. Like all the way through.
It's very
I'll
odd.
say it now. I'll say it right now. The fact that they play this as Seamoon and Carmina can both go with Yoko, and then in the end, Yoko goes with Carmina,
Yeah.
and then he
No, it's
dies,
because they don't.
and then we have the problem of Seamoon still definitely likes.
Well, no, because
likes
the
Yoko.
biggest reason that they didn't follow that path is because of Nia later. When they introduced Nia later, that is supposed to be the
Yoko
diversion away from Yoko.
Yoko wasn't Simone's love interest. It was some stupid crush of the first thing he'd seen with giant boobs from the surface.
I think it's also that and what she says to him a lot of the time.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
nice. a lot
Because
of the
she's
time.
so nice, encouraging,
Yeah,
and everything like that.
It's a crush.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
is, yeah.
nothing else. Whereas
Yeah, but she doesn't give anything to Bro.
no, but it's the example that he sets
Is
and the
that
way
not
that
her
he
crushing
is in a
on
fight.
Bro though?
Yeah, it is.
So you don't get, but you get more obviously between Simon and
And that's
Yoko
what I mean.
than
Like you
do-
get more of a blooming
Yeah.
romantic interest between
I don't
those
know.
two than you
It-
do.
It just seems friendly, and Simone taking it.
I don't know because
Too
you
far.
get
Yeah.
so many moments of Yoko blushing and stuff when
Yeah.
Simon's talking to her and stuff
Yep.
like that. It's very odd.
And
Very
Carmina-
odd.
I never
and-
picked that up.
Carmina
Yeah, she
and
does.
Yoko is just like he's the manly man,
Piss take.
and she's like always having the piss taken
He
out
gives
of
her shit. She gives him shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that seems more like
That-
the friendly sort of
I get-
situation.
no,
Yeah, where
that's
you're coming
that's
from.
pulling hair in a
yeah,
schoolyard.
I get that.
You got to remember, these guys are like 16 to
It was just
18,
still
I think.
disappointing, like the way they went with that, because it's so disappointing when we get to that episode just before Carmina pops it, and it's Yoko. Well, basically, she kisses Carmina, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We will get to that. What we get next is when their backs up against the wall, Yoko's friends all arrive, and we find out that she's got loads of people from Littner village, because her name's Yoko Littner, but obviously that's just because of where she's from. So
That's where she's
everyone
from,
from
yeah.
this village has the last name Littner. So
What's Seamoon's second name?
doesn't have one. It's just always Simon.
as they sort of help, we get the little thing fall out of the mech that they're fighting.
It's Monster, isn't it?
Well, it just looks
Or a
like a little
beastman.
a little black ball thing that falls out at
Yeah.
first. And we find out that these things are called beastmen and that these mechs are piloted by a race of
Beastman.
demi-humans, right?
The
I
second
mean,
design.
we find out that they're created by the Spiral King.
Yeah,
Eventually, yeah.
They're half human, half
Beast.
animal,
Yeah.
beast, yeah. And we find out that they don't stick around past sunset for some reason. Is that ever explained?
Yes, it is. It's explained in episode 14
Yeah.
when
He makes Viral
Viral.
the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Beastmen need more rest than any other race.
yep.
Because he makes them
makes them
genetically flawed.
Yeah.
It makes them imperfect. Whereas humans, I think they inherited the Earth, and Beastmen
Yeah.
were made by the Spiral King, who is human, trying to keep
He is,
humanity
yes.
alive
Yes.
by keeping their numbers down.
Yeah, I look.
The
Yeah,
his
the premise,
intentions
yeah,
were good. The idea is that he hides humans and he keeps their numbers low so that no one notices.
Yeah.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
finally get introduced to Leron as well. And Leron is a man who reminds me very much of Brittany from Gungara Fantasy
Who reminds
and
me
Ash.
very much of Grayson.
And
strangely enough.
he's a very gay mechanic who
He's
loves
fucking amazing.
who loves to tinker.
The wiggly fingers every scene. it's
It's the-
fucking
it's
God,
the-
it's funny.
It's the bit where she's just like, "Let me try these fingers out on you, Carmina," and he's just like, "Die!"
And we get an explanation that everyone is aware that humans used to live on the surface a long time ago and the world was theirs and they were in control, and something has happened that has led them underground. And as you said, you get the moment with Bro and Leron where he's terrified of him getting anywhere near him.
It's so funny.
He's gonna get his little toys out as well and have a tinker with like his little Gundam or lagann or whatever it is, isn't it?
And then we
Lagann, yeah.
then we get Bro's dream, and he has the dream of his dad leaving him behind to go to the surface. Is there a reason his dad left him, or is it just that his dad felt he was too young to take?
No, he even invites him and then he steps back.
Oh, 'cause
Carmina
he's
sort
like-
of steps
he's
back
like
and he's
scared,
like,
isn't he?
I don't want to go.
Yeah.
So
I
his
think
dad's just like, all right, stay there.
This is
then."
where he started overcompensating.
Yup.
because he hesitated that one time and that cost him his father.
Yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense. We jump to the morning and the mechs raid. And we get... They knew it was coming. It's almost like a reoccurring thing.
every
Like,
day, yeah.
like you lose a fight and you know for a fact that they're going to come back the next day to try and finish the fight. Simon jumps to action and he jumps in lagann, but this time it won't work for him. It doesn't start up. For whatever reason, it won't start.
Not enough fighting spirit. It's literally it.
And they're up against three massive mechs turn up. They're not called mechs. What are they? Gunmen.
Gunman.
3 gunmen turn up. So they're up against it already because it's a village of normal humans. And the one gunman they had themselves, Simon can't get to work.
Is this the one where he's like, I'm going to pilot that thing? Because he takes one, doesn't he?
Well, this is when the penny drops for Simon. When they land, the ground shakes and they're like, hold on a minute. All these earthquakes we ever experienced underground, that was just these gunmen landing and fighting up on the surface. And he's like, well, that's what killed my parents, was the earthquake. These gunmen killed my parents. And he gets the fighting spirit.
Then we get the classic, I will lose my temper because of the bad thing you did, and I will win.
The rage and
Yeah.
the machine lights
That
up.
will
and-
carry you through.
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine. I get it.
Oh, get out. I don't mind rage, but get out.
Then bro turns around and is like, I want one of them. I'm going to have one of them. And
I said the same thing to Yoko.
And he did. He got a statue.
I did. I got a statue. A sticky, sticky statue.
Yoko also breaks the fourth wall at this point as well and looks to the camera and is like, he's confident, and looks away. It's I think it's the only time I ever see the fourth wall broken.
Yeah, I think you're
there's
about
one
right.
more later on.
Oh, there might be actually when it's Carmina, I think.
I think
that
there's
breaks
one
it.
more later on.
Yeah, I just thought that was really weird and unexpected. But obviously, because they like to take the piss out of loads of different things,
Ferris Bueller.
you're going to get loads of different things happen.
It's not stand there staring at a painting inside an art museum.
Bro manages to bash his way into this gunman.
Doesn't she give him a gun and he starts just hitting the
He
thing?
does.
Yeah,
he gets
he-
that little pistol, gets on top, and he's like, bang. He just starts
Dings
whacking
it off.
And then it accidentally shoots off, don't it? And hits something and opens the front.
Yes, he manages to get in and he sits in the control chair. And
Isn't he holding the gun
It's upside down as well,
down?
yeah.
And
Yes,
he's
he
like,
is. Yes, yeah. And he gets it, and nothing's happening. He sits down, and it just will not work. No surprise, because he
Yeah.
doesn't know what he's fucking doing.
Through the whole show.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Like I said, Space Dandy Complex has no clue what he's
the
doing.
dandy way of
but
living.
it's the I hate you.
But his gunman falls forward, and through the screen of the gunman, he sees a skull laying in the dirt. The force of him falling forward unburies it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a foot
it's like
stomps
loose
into
dirt.
the ground and
Yeah.
it opens up and there's just a body.
And
or
that
like
just
a skull.
that psychs him up.
Where it's just like, I'm not going to be that.
Yeah.
And
fate.
literally, fighting spirit kicks in and opens up for him.
And then he says his saying that we get all the time. He says, "Who the hell
Do you
do you
think
think
I
I
am?
am?"
The hell do you think I am?
And he kicks one of the other gunmen.
I'm the mighty indomitable Carmina. And who the hell do you think I am? God, I love it.
And then he screams a few more moves, like the "Don't mess with my little bro" punch.
Yeah.
They're so good. How do you not love these?
Yeah, I love
it is literally the I'm announcing my move.
Literally, you're preaching to the choir over here. I'm fine with it.
He then picks up Simon, throws him like a boomerang. And they end up killing the other two gunmen that are there just through these
Sheer
moves.
luck.
Yeah,
Bumbling their way
Sheer luck.
through.
moves.
It's the dandy way of living,
I
baby.
take it all these people, right, have trained in martial arts at some point while they were underground.
Probably.
I guess it's kind of a normal thing, yeah, considering the culture in the katana. I'd
Yeah.
imagine that
Especially
there
with
would
the
have been a
katana.
thing, yeah.
The episode ends on kind of a dark note, I guess. And that's when Bro realizes that the dead skull...
Well, they rebury it, don't they? And they walk up to him.
No,
and
they
it's
walk
like,
up
"Oh,
to it.
sorry
More-
for disturbing
More
your-"
of it was uncovered. And-
Well, no, he sees the arm, doesn't he? And he's got
Yes.
the same
it's
bracelet,
the bracelet.
as what his dad had on. And he's like, no, it can't be, it can't be. Uncovers him, and there's his cape.
Yeah, the dead body turns out to be his father's. So his father literally didn't get anywhere. He must have literally got...
Halfway to the next village.
Yeah. and then died.
And then kicked
Well,
it.
he even
Yeah.
turns around, don't he? And he's just like, Dad, you kicked it. You didn't wait round for me. It's probably the most touching moment you get from Carmina.
No.
For a little
no.
while. For a little while, easily.
No, there is that moment when
last
he's
words.
telling the story.
Well, no, it shows that there's a different side to Carmina.
I liked it when he's telling the story that you hear previously from Simon about when they got stuck in the cave in.
Yeah,
And
that's
he
true.
retells that story to
Simon
Yoko,
being a
doesn't
hero.
he? Yeah, really like that bit.
Yeah.
Because it actually gave him a bit of depth,
And
other
his
than
finish.
this hard persona that he tries to portray the entire thing. Yeah, okay, when he dies as well, but you have to make that kind of an emotional experience.
Well, it is. It is.
It isn't.
It is.
I didn't find it
Right down
sad,
to
but
the artwork and
Yeah.
everything else changing.
Yeah,
Soundtrack.
right down to all of it.
The last words.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we'll go into episode 3, and it opens with Bro telling the village of Litna the story of their battle up on the surface, and he's over-exaggerating everything.
By a mile. Wasn't a bit like where he says he pulled off the arm of one of the gunmen.
Yeah, he just over-exaggerates his story.
He's like, I pulled out the arm and then put it back at him and told him to get out, and then I took over that Gundam and then mashed to pieces the other Gundam.
And then we jump to Yoko, and she's gone to speak to Simon.
Because Simon's on his own.
Yeah, everyone's ignoring him.
He's just sort of sat away, isn't he? He's not.
No, well,
he doesn't-
It's because
he's
he's
not
not.
recluse. He's not the centre of attention.
loud one.
Yeah.
They're drawn to the big voice and what appears to be the leader of the team.
I guess this next bit's the sign that she's interested in Bro, not Simon, because she goes to Simon to talk about Bro and ask him about him.
Yeah, that's true. I guess so.
And then she goes up to Bro and is like, I'm going out hunting. Do you want to come with me? And she just asks him and him alone. And then you're
And
like,
then he's
right,
like-
okay, there we go.
And then he's like, oh, cool, I'll bring Simon.
Yeah, and yeah, he goes, well, let's bring Simon. And she's like, not happy about it. She's disappointed that Simon's coming along. Bit of a dick move from her behalf, really.
Yeah.
But she just wanted some time alone with Bro. There's your signal straight away.
Yeah.
She's got no interest in Simon. So, I mean, they drop it in episode 3, right at the start of episode 3. So it's not like it shouldn't be a surprise to us, but I still didn't like it. And I didn't like the fact that she doesn't end up with him in the end. But
Yep. Join the
Well,
club.
she does. She,
No,
does,
she
she doesn't get with anyone else. Oh, you mean Simon?
Simon.
Nah, fuck that.
She should have got with him
Nah.
afterwards.
Nah.
Yeah, 100%.
Nah.
100%.
Yeah. See, you've got two people here nodding in agreement.
I don't
for
even
this
like
one.
this, but
nope,
I
nope.
tell you what, I would have been happy with the ending.
He's
of
one
it had that
he is
have
one
happened.
person with romance, and he knows
Nope.
where
nope,
he
nope,
wants to
nope.
sit with romance.
Nope.
No. So she just becomes this,
Recluse.
One-dimensional character.
yeah, this
That's
woman
the-
who doesn't
yeah.
want a relationship anymore for the rest of her life, even though she's only 16 years old.
Yeah.
Becomes a nun, in essence.
Well, a teacher.
yeah. Well, close enough. Same thing.
Yeah.
So she takes the two out hunting, and she ends up just with Bro in the end. And
What sort of fucking rifle is this, by the way?
It's-
That it can fire bullets and arrows.
yeah, it's been modified to fire arrows as well.
Well, I imagine she's got a chamber that it pushes.
I don't know, but she it turns out she's the best shot in the village.
If
No
if
surprise.
it's a mag gun, because it said it's electric, it's
It's
probably a mag gun.
superconducting.
yes, it is.
rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's probably, and she says it's an electric rifle, so it's probably a mag, which is a magnetic.
Well, she gives
maybe.
Bro a turn, and he manages to shoot and hit the animal. He then goes to go and find the animal. Like, I saw it instantly, as everyone else should have. He picks it up, and it's got 2 arrows in it.
What the fuck are these animals?
Funny as shit.
They're all
You mean the grape hippo? Oh,
Yeah, the great hippo.
they're all genetically modified.
it's
I
a
guess.
grippo. There you go.
A grippo.
What is this world? It's fucking Earth.
Yeah, but it looks like it's Earth that's been hit by nukes.
Yeah,
and
it seems like a nuclear.
everything that's on the surface has been
Well, we know there's
transformed
technology from
before.
now because they use P90s.
Yup.
That's the gun design they're using. There's
Yeah.
clearly mecha, which is proper technology, there's computers,
Yeah.
and there's other types of evidence of
So what are we saying? That there was
This
a,
is
a nuclear attack and
a
some
cataclysmic event.
big
Yeah.
world universal thing.
We were probably fighting with something extraterrestrial
Well, we know
because
that.
they were attracted to our technologies and everything else because we became,
Too strong.
Advanced.
we hit a universal stage rather than our world stage, and then In order to stop that, the Spiral King made it appear that Earth had been defeated and had been all but abandoned.
Yeah, and then we get
push Earthlings
weird
underground.
fucking monster things.
Little beastmen. That
Yeah, and then
Little
the only
fucking
ones that are
grippers.
on the surface are beastmen who make sure that humanity survives by keeping them underground.
and
See-
weird animals.
That's
and weird
my
animals.
theory as well. And those animals, they're just so fucking weird.
It's whenever they get shot, they're so stupid they don't feel pain, they just got to flop over.
That hippo, that
No
gripper
emotion.
one.
It's just like bang. Oh,
Well, no,
a flop.
its two eyes like look at the arrow in between its head, and it's like, oh, I've been shot.
So this is when we get the introduction to Viral. I fucking hate Viral.
I love him. He's funny as hell.
He's
He
Vegeta.
eventually
He is
just-
Vegeta.
He
He's
eventually pissed me off. The fact that he kept coming back.
Of course
just
he's there.
annoyed me.
That's what Vegeta is,
He's
though.
just
And he
a-
does a
yeah.
Vegeta thing and switch sides.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, at this time he isn't. He's the bad guy, and he turns up and he tells bro he's from the Human Eradication Force.
Eastern sector as well.
Yes. So there's different departments across the entire world.
Yep. He's in customer service, you see.
And his job is to kill all humans who decide that they're going to come to the surface. So it's explained that actually beastmen don't care about humans living underground. They're not bothered.
No. And that's probably an order from the Spiral King.
Yeah, to not harm them down there
Yeah.
as long as they stay down there.
Out of sight, out of mind.
What's the point in existence if that is the existence you're living?
Yeah.
What's the Spiral King thinking in that sense? What's the point?
It's probably just a
but-
last-ditch effort of his that
But it's not
if he
existing.
puts them underground, it is to them. They don't know any better. After X amount of generations, they
Yeah, I
don't
guess so, but
know
they're not
any
exactly
better, and they think that their
happy, are
life
they?
is good. Like
I don't think they really had a choice. at the
Simon
start.
was happy enough, just digging
Yeah.
tunnels. He loved his job.
Yeah, but what I'm
And then
saying is,
and-
given the choice, do you not think every single one of them, or pretty much the majority of them, would rather go to the surface and try?
Do you want to know
survive?
something really funny? They talk about this after
They do
this
it.
in the second season. After this, they try and force people out of their holes,
And they don't want to.
and they don't want to.
It's the life they know versus
Yeah.
the unknown.
Yeah. So it doesn't surprise me that you get people that enjoy it and people that don't enjoy it. So those are the people that end
Who
up on the
doesn't
surface.
No, I
Surface.
don't necessarily think they enjoy living underground. I think they're scared.
Yeah, it's a safety
Yeah.
blanket.
It is, yeah.
Better the world you know than risking one you don't. It's like
Well,
living in a foreign country.
I know we'd be out of the fucking hole in a heartbeat.
You're fucking right.
Like, especially if Yoko came flying
You're
down.
fucking right.
He's like, I will follow this woman to the end of the world.
I'd probably be the first restraining order on at the new world.
I'd be her oldest fucking student in class, let me tell you.
Front of class, front and centre. Oh
Didn't
no,
you
I've-
graduate 10 years ago?
oh no, teacher,
It's
I've dropped
funny.
my pencil.
You always fail just by 1 point.
I need some individual tutoring. Oh no,
1 on 1.
I've dropped my pencil on the floor.
So going back to Viral and Bro, this is the moment Bro draws that humongous, over-exaggerated sword.
What is like? We talked about this before we'd even started. I said the most stupid thing that I found about this entire anime was the fact that he's talking and throughout like what a 10-second monologue, he pulls out the katana at the start and carries on the monologue.
Do you think
And it just
between
keeps
like
going.
takes, he was just like, put it back and start pulling out again? If they're not looking, put it back, start, pull it out.
No,
No, it just
because it
continues.
just
It
kept
doesn't
going.
stop. It just keeps going. So he ends up in a fight with Viral. He gets the better hand of him because he
The sneak attack.
he
Sneak
sneak
attacks
attacks him with an arrow that he had in his pocket and stabs Viral with it.
Is that an arrow in your pocket?
Well, he says, "Oh, I see that you had a sneak attack, you stupid ape. But remember, sneak
Naked ape.
attacks, naked ape. That's the one, and it only happens once. Sneak attacks
You
only
won't
work
get me
once.
again. Simon turns up to help. Yoko fires a shot as well. He dodges. Viral dodges all of these.
He turns up in lagann, don't he?
Little lagann. And
Little lagann.
he is. It's a little teeny tiny mech.
That's what I call it as well.
Wow.
Because it's got a face on it.
Yeah.
Why'd you grab your ball sack when you did that?
I didn't even grab my ball
Viral
unless my ball sack's up on my fucking chest.
Viral ends up jumping in a massive gunman of his own. Viral is a better fighter at this point than the two of them.
Well, he's trained.
He's
He's start.
he's part of the military. He's trained. Kicks the shit out of Simon in his little lagann.
And then he gets his gurren, doesn't he? He gets gurren out as well. The medium-sized mech.
Yeah, so Bro's named his mech Gurren.
Yeah.
And they end up, look, they're up against the wall. Simon wants to I fucking did it.
Hey.
Simon wants to go home. He knows that they're up against it, and he's like, look, let's just come back tomorrow and we'll do the showdown then.
Of course, Carmina says, no, we will fight.
Carmina doesn't want to leave. Then Yoko's like, well, it ends up with them not fighting that day, doesn't it?
Well,
and they end up having to do the showdown.
Well, they do
the
fight.
next day.
They do fight. He gets smashed up, and then they're like, he's like, die, you naked ape. Smashes him into a wall, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then it literally, he fires a laser and it explodes.
Burrow
and,
away, doesn't
Yeah,
Simon burrows.
Simon's burrowed away and got them away.
He explains to Bro he's not running away. He said it's better to assess and fight tomorrow. It's not. We're not running away from the fight. We will have this fight, but not today. The sensible approach.
Yeah, it's the combination of both that makes it work.
And Bro actually sees this and he's like, actually, you know what? Okay, fair enough. As they're talking about the fight that evening, Yoko turns around to Bro and is like, I want to pilot lagann. Simon's not capable. I'm going to do it. And Bro is like, no. And this is when he gives a whole speech about, like, he believes in Simon. And he even tells Simon, believe in the me that believes in you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't believe in yourself. Don't believe in me. Believe in the me that believes in you.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Now let me see you grit those teeth.
Let me see you grit those teeth. Oh, so many quotes from Bro.
And we get the same problem again that occurs where Simon can't get lagann to start again. Hasn't got that fighting spirit.
That's the one. Now, I think you see Bro go out with Gurren,
Yes, he
doesn't
does,
he?
yeah.
And then Yoko's like, no matter what happens,
I'm not moving
I
from
will
this
die
spot.
in this spot. It doesn't matter because I've got nowhere else to run to.
Yeah. And
Loud enough so Simon can hear
well,
it.
that's a big fuck you to Simon, isn't
It is,
That's
pretty
what
much,
it is.
yeah.
You can sit back there and feel sorry for yourself and we'll actually be
Out here.
Stand our ground.
Stand our ground. Bro goes out. He's getting his ass kicked. Yoko's trying to help. She fires the rifle. Viral just blocks it. Like, how this rifle's power varies throughout this entire anime.
Yeah, it does.
Is
Yeah,
it
it
because
does.
it gets modified?
Yeah.
I think
know-
it
'cause
because
I know
it
it
gets
does sometimes.
plot.
She becomes...
It is the strongest part of
It's
the
almost
rifle.
like she's completely fucking useless with this rifle. Like, she's a good shot, yeah, but the bullets and everything don't do anything. And then later on...
Until they
finally
need it
start,
to.
Yeah, and then they finally start penetrating.
Those plot magazines. She's added in the plot
Yep.
magazine.
That is full metal plot right there.
Yep.
It leads to Yoko turning around to Simon and going, can't you see Bro over there? Like, well, not Bro.
He's
She
not
says
backing
Carmina,
down.
but
Carmina.
He's not
She
backing
says he
down.
won't give up. Why are you giving up? And long story short, Simon starts to believe because he believes in...
He believes in the Simon that Carmina believes in.
Yes.
Yeah. He believes
You
in the
said Seaman then.
Simon.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, Jim.
It's happening.
It's not No, we're not
It's
going to be.
happening.
This podcast is not going to end up with us just talking about semen.
Yeah. Well,
That's
It
our
did
only
last
fans.
That's our only fans.
That's for our Bojo's babes.
you remember Shimonita, right? That's what half that entire thing ended up talking about.
Guess what, listeners? There's an OnlyFans coming, apparently.
No, there isn't.
There is. It's just
Simon,
It's not me.
Simon
his
ends up.
chesticles.
Simon ends up saving Bro.
When it gets cold, they just become my chin.
then we get the really stupid moment where Bro decides that they should combine.
We're gonna combine. They're gonna combine.
This isn't what. Where's this come from?
It's because Viral's got two heads,
Yeah.
and he feels jealous and threatened by two heads because he's not tall. So he slams Simon.
He
into
grabs
the top
Simon.
of him.
See,
This
now
is
we've
manly
got two-
combining.
No, it's like, hey,
He's-
who
he's-
the hell do you think you are being there with two heads? See, now we've got two heads too.
He slams Simon through the top of his own gunman, and it works. They end up combining.
Of course they do.
And not just that, but they also steal...
Manly combining.
They steal the helmet from Viral
Yeah.
as well. And it all fits perfectly.
Of course.
And looks like a proper Power Ranger sort of
Yeah.
combining.
That's because
Gurren
Gurren
Lagann looks like a Power Ranger.
joins
Yes.
them together. Like, Lagann is
It's not.
basically a connector
No.
piece.
What joins them together is the spiral power from Simon.
That's
Yeah.
the one.
That's what joins them together. They end up, because of this combining, they become super strong and Viral can't fight them anymore. They end up getting the upper hand, so Viral runs away. They end up leaving the mech. This is in the moment that Yoko goes up to Simon and actually apologizes to him for berating him before.
I underestimated you, isn't it?
I find this odd because she was the reason that he got the gusto to then actually jump into the fight by slandering him and saying, look at bro, why you can't let him do that on his own.
Yeah, I mean,
She
being a
slams
prick
him and that's what helps him.
being a prick and encouraging that way is still being a prick.
Carrot and stick method.
It's. I'm sorry. I don't regret it, but I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I had to do it, but it was necessary.
Yeah.
Because they take now Gurren Lagann.
Hold on, Jim's opening a bit. Oh, fuck me, I'm out of bit. I'm texting the wife. Fuck you guys.
Do you recognise this beer, Grayson?
Are you drinking my beer?
He's got a Copperberg there if you want it.
First you eat my Chinese, you drink my beers. Texting the missus.
Tastes
Are
even better.
are we ready?
I'm texting the missus, hold on.
Tastes even better when it's not yours. Taste of bitterness.
Carry on.
Because they've got what they now call Gurren Lagann when they combine, built into this mech is a recall point. They found the information to a recall point, which is what they believe is like the homeland of where these beastmen...
The big base.
Yeah, the gunmen are coming from. So Bro has decided that him and Simon are just going to go on their own to go and take on the base.
We're going to fight that thing.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
One versus
No, it don't matter.
however many.
They've got fighting spirit. They don't need anything more.
No, my thing is, right, they've discovered the fact that they can take these things over. Would you not leave it a little while to amass some sort of army?
An army. Cheers, babe.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck you and your beer. No, he doesn't get beer. He's already drinking my beer. He doesn't get shit.
No, I've got one, cheers.
Okay. Is it okay if Chris goes to the loo?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
I told her she couldn't because of the noise.
Can
No,
we
it's
wa-
fine.
And flushing.
Did you just say, can we watch?
Wow.
I made that joke earlier.
Great minds.
Yeah, sure. And
Because I told her she couldn't flush either.
No, leave
no,
No, leave it in.
Leave
We'll leave it in.
we'll bottle it. OnlyFans.
Leave the door open then.
Right.
Gotta record it.
Yeah, would you not amass an army?
Yeah,
Or,
I think
or just
But
at
this is the
least
thing.
4 or 5 of you?
every other village later on does.
Yes. Because the video,
Because
the
they
video
do it
kids
the
that-
right way.
Exactly. They
This is
actually
Carmina.
do it the right way.
This is purely
I know,
Carmina's
like,
influence.
I know, but common sense would dictate to take
No.
more than one person.
Throw common sense and logic out the window. Do the
Yeah.
impossible.
Row, fight the power. Break
Before-
the unbreakable.
The episode ends with them.
See the invisible.
They head out to leave, and the mechanic decides to go with them because they'll need a mechanic.
They'll need these fingers.
Totally
And maybe...
It's not the topless hench guy with a six-pack.
No, it's the bit
fighting
where she's like,
and a massive
I'm
sword.
definitely going along because maybe these guys might make a change.
Yeah.
That's literally what she says to
A
Yoko.
change in his pants.
And not just him, but Yoko gets the okay from the village chief to go as well.
And the village chief calls her out on, like, in Carmina as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Oh, no.
Everyone should have known that anyway. Like, Simon should have known that already, but he's just a kid, I guess. And
Yeah, he's oblivious.
so that brings us into episode 4. This whole episode is about how to combine in a manly way.
Yeah, it is.
Dear God, I love
Otherwise
this.
known as docking.
I believe, right, there's a thing about this. If you don't know what this is, right, Jim Jeffries did a stand-up and he explains exactly what this is on Netflix. Have a look.
Do you know what docking is, Jim?
Do not Google it.
Do not.
No, Google it.
No, don't Google it.
Manly docking.
You've been warned.
I am not gonna tell you what it is. You'll have to find out for yourself.
Or grab a mate.
Oh wow!
Find out the
Make
hard
sure
way.
they're uncircumcised.
Yeah, find out the hard way.
It's face. So it opens.
Stop drinking my beer.
It opens with the conversation about manly combining, and it leads into Bro throwing rocks at Simon because I know he's trying to encourage him to manly
I don't
combine.
even get this because he's like tries to run at him, and he's like, "No, that's not the way we're going to do it because we look completely amateurish by the way we combine."
I think
The way
he's
he
trying
picks
to
him up and
recreate
just-
like a battlefield and explosions going everywhere
Yeah.
and a fight going on, and he's got to like dodge it but look cool while doing it because that's the way you combine manly. You look cool. Not just do it. No.
It has to be.
It has to
with
look like the
pizzazz.
Power Rangers did, with enough time to pose.
We end up finding out that Simon's gunman is a very special type of gunman. Don't know why, but it just
So is Carmina's though, apparently.
But it's just
'Cause
one of
when-
the random ones he finds and
It
takes.
is.
It only
But-
becomes special when they combine properly.
What kind of, yeah. But he says that's a gurren lagann type when the Spiral King fights him.
Yeah.
This bugs me because that is some random everyday Joes fucking around. I'm an unnamed
But it wasn't
enemy.
a thing until the spiral power combined it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I got it from. That the
So
lagann,
his little head is the
the lagann is the main power, and then they join together, and that's when they become real super strong.
because it's the only one with a key as well.
Yes.
There's only two of them.
Yeah.
The only one with an ignition key, basically, to start it up.
The other ones have push starts.
Yeah,
As they're doing their little moment of Bro throwing rocks, we see in the distance that they're being watched by these odd cone-headed figures. Look, this was very close to being what it should have been, right? Very odd uniform pick for this with the whole hooded cloak thing.
to be fair, I thought they were the Tusken Raiders.
Star Wars sucks though.
Don't worry, they scare easily, but they'll be back. And even greater numbers.
And in greater numbers.
There we go. See,
No, they walk single file.
They end up attacking, and it all leads to Simon getting a face full of tits again.
We've all been there.
And
apparently not.
look, we find out that these figures are just people. Not just people. We find out that, Bro gets out of his gunman, and the girls leave Simon behind and go running over to flock to him instead. Because I guess it's established he's a better looking...
Manly aura.
He's a better
That's
looking
why.
chap. I think it's supposed to be that he's just better looking as well. Do you not
Well,
think?
yeah, he's taller. He's got the six pack and
He's
the
manly.
gusto and
The shitty sunglasses and...
They
sunglasses
are not
are amazing.
shitty
What are you talking
glasses.
about? There's no shitty
I want-
sunglasses.
God, they are drag queen sunglasses.
They are flames. They're amazing.
Yeah,
How dare you, sir?
he's smoking.
How dare you?
So
love it.
these girls that were in the cloaks, turns out they're the organisation known as Black Siblings. Why? It's a weird
because
name.
Jackson 5 was taken.
Because they
Wow!
it could also be because they're all wearing black.
Proud of that one. That was good.
I mean, I'm just going to throw it out there. It could be the fact they're all wearing black.
Everybody...
No, don't ignore my fucking hilarious joke. How dare you?
I'm not ignoring it. I'm skating right past it. See it? It's just it's in the distance.
Everyone ends up being super friendly with each other to the point where the girls all decide to go hunting together. This is when they find those furry balls. I don't know what they were. They find those furry things.
You've seen them, don't worry. You've seen furry balls before.
Yeah, just lift your t-shirt up.
They find they find these furry balls. Turns out when they bring them
Don't
back
literally do it.
when they bring them back to Eve,
I've just eaten.
the furry balls run off because these furry balls are gunmen or beastmen,
Beastman.
and they run into their gunmans.
That's what I call my furry balls.
How did they not?
Beastman.
How did they? How did they not see these like gunmen sitting nearby that they go and jump into?
They're well hidden. In plain sight. You don't notice them when they're just there.
Then Simon goes to combine with Bro to fight them, and Bro slaps him off because he's about to climb up him to combine, and Bro slaps him away. You see, this is what pisses me off about Bro. These moments piss me off. This episode pissed me off with him.
But again, this is another joke that you're supposed
Yeah,
to do
I get it.
Like
The manly way, and
yeah, the manly way is the flamboyant.
But because of his
showmanship
actions-
that every other fucking mecha does.
yeah, but it nearly
Right down
cost
to the
them the
Power
fight.
Rangers.
It nearly cost them the fight.
Yeah.
His
I think that's the joke, is
Yeah,
that in
that's
any
the
normal, like even the Power Rangers, when they do this, the 15 fucking hours that it takes to do the sequence where they combine, the enemy could have just walked over and goes, "What are you doing, you twat?" And they
Yeah.
just slap him about. But they don't. I think that's what the joke is.
Well, it ends up Simon gets in trouble. Yoko has to save him. Then he gets saved again by a smokescreen. Is it the black
By the
siblings?
black
Yeah, the black
siblings.
siblings end up helping, and smokescreen so that he can't get killed because he's about to be killed.
What was that?
What's what?
Did you not hear that?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I thought that came from Jay.
Oh, I was just watching you two. I was like, what?
All right.
Carry on. Not you. Don't do that again, Jim.
That must be Chrissy in the bathroom.
Simon ends up.
What's up, Chrissy? That's my sister-in-law.
We can take them out. All right?
Simon.
Well, Chrissy, no, I married the other twin.
Simon ends up getting the hint, and he manages to combine by soaring through the air in a manly way. They finally combine, but they can't fight because they're hungry. So all the systems start to shut down, and it's just getting stupid. And then Buta comes to the rescue.
This is the point where it's getting stupid, is it? This is the point where Sheeny checks out.
This is the point
Too
that
silly now.
Buta rips his own arse meat off and feeds it to them so that they power
Is
up.
it his tail?
Yep.
Yeah, and a bit of his arse. And
Bit of his
everything.
rump.
Yeah. Feeds them both that tiny slither of meat, and that's enough to get them powered up.
Well, works for Tash.
Told you get a shout out in this one.
That tiny slither of meat.
They end up producing a new move where they impale all 16 of these 16-faced furry monsters on the end of their giant drill.
Shout out to Tash.
They don't kill the little balls, though. They don't. The little
Just
balls.
empty him.
The little balls end up running away, and the episode ends with them saying goodbye to the black siblings, and that's it. Stupid fucking episode.
It's a great episode. There's no stupid episode.
I mean, there is literally no point to that episode.
None.
Literally none. I
It's-
will
it's
even
them
accept
mastering,
that. Look,
combining.
the only
Combined.
yeah,
thing,
that's what the episode is about. It's done in the most ridiculous way, but this entire show is
the
ridiculous.
only thing that brings in is the black siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
That's
future
it.
use.
And
Yeah.
Literally.
he replaces Carmina.
What is the name of that guy?
No, because we don't.
Khitan.
We don't.
Khitan,
We
isn't
don't
it?
see Khitan in that episode.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Yeah.
He's leader of the Black
Black
I
Siblings.
didn't think he popped
Yeah.
up until later, because that's why I didn't write him in.
No,
Yeah,
he's
he's
in
in.
that episode.
Yeah, because they start
He doesn't do a lot.
all swooning over Carmina,
Yeah,
and
he
then
gets
he's
jealous.
like, they
Oh
start
yeah, he
getting
gets
into a
jealous.
fight.
Yeah, we come into episode 5, and we see that Yoko has joined Bro inside Gurren, and they're having this little flirt thing inside the cramped space.
Oh, is my big butt
Fucking join her in
being
her
too
cramped
much?
space.
Yeah, she shoves her ass in his face and everything like that.
Oh, fucking tease.
The fighting gets a bit too much, and it's somebody's leg shaking.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh.
I got ADHD, all right? Someone's got to move.
They end up creating
And the fans are like, that explains a lot.
their little flirty fighting gets too much, and they end up causing a big scene, and it opens up a huge hole in the floor to which everybody falls into this giant cavern.
I'd fucking go in Yoko's cabinet.
At the bottom, they find a cult. It is a cult, right?
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
I mean, it's a village, but yeah, it's developed pretty much around this one
Yeah.
guy controlling fucking all of them through a lie.
Through
It's a cult.
through religion.
Yeah.
It's a cult, and they worship the face god from the celestial lands above. The face god is a gunman. And the forehead guy...
I like him.
We'll call
What
him
is
that,
his name?
We'll call him that for now. I have got his name later on, but
Yeah.
for now we'll call him... In this episode, he is forehead guy.
Yeah, he is.
So forehead guy turns around and tells Yoko that she must wear a robe because she is so indecent.
Because she's
Well,
too
she ain't
revealing.
indecent. She's fucking tidy.
Yeah.
Like, haircut fresh tidy.
Like,
you know
as
what I mean?
in, just left the barber's tidy. It's just like-
Salon. Men go to barbers.
yeah, I get tidy after I've been to the barber.
No one's talking about you getting tidy.
I know.
We find out that one of the women in the village has given birth to triplets, which now has brought the village population to 52.
What's the name of the two young kids? Because they are inclusive of this.
I didn't note it down.
Tweedledee and Tweedle irrelevant.
Yeah,
Might as
yeah.
well be, because they're relevant to this story, and then they just pop up.
Oh,
every-
they are just a pain in the ass for the rest of the time. Like, why are they?
Do you know
Why
what-
wasn't it
fucking
just
there?
twins and one?
I don't know.
Do you know what it reminds me of?
And then everyone can stay
No,
and we
'cause it's-
just get
'cause it's-
forehead boy.
Because it's 52.
Yeah, but then if it was just twins, there'd be one over, and then forehead boy could go, I will take their place.
Yeah.
And then they'd be down to
Well, it's
them
not,
and we wouldn't
'cause-
have the twins.
Oh, yeah, I get it, but it's triplets. So
Yeah.
They have to take...
Pointless.
Yeah, but...
Like, this reminds me of, going back a little bit of a way now,
Unless...
High School of the Dead with the child from High School of the Dead.
Yeah.
What is the point of the child in
Alright.
High
Yeah.
School of the Dead?
I'll
being
put a
there?
thought out there. Are these twins Gohan from Dragon Ball when he was a kid? Pre-trained. Like this annoying fucking hyperactive kid that's just around for no fucking
they're
reason
not
other
relevant.
than to
They're
just be
not
around.
relevant. They're not relevant.
Yeah, that was Gohan in like the first
No,
season
these
that he
aren't
showed
relevant
up.
at all, are they?
The only time they become relevant is later on, after episode 15, when we go
When
to
they
the
grow
new
up.
world and they grow up.
Yeah.
And they pilot their own.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Until they get
It's just
trained,
Gohan.
they're just a pain in the ass.
They're just Gohan. Completely pointless until, plot decides that they're not.
I mean, we all knew the minute
With a bit
we
of comic
sort of-
relief from them.
Yeah, when we saw the villages or the people's reaction about this whole triplets thing and the population's now 52, we knew what was going down here,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were going to eat them.
Time
be
for a
fair.
cullen.
I thought it was going to be a straight up killing.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a sacrifice. Yeah,
Like
throw down
on
a
an
hole
altar
or something.
sort of thing in front of the face god sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sacrifice to the face god.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be. So, what we see is, or hear, is that the people that are living in this place, they're living off of the minimum resources that they have. They don't have a lot, they can't offer a lot, and what they do have isn't that great anyway.
They don't have any cattle or anything, do they?
They
At all.
have nothing, I don't think, barely at all.
No.
Like cave mushrooms.
Great.
But they're led by what they call the High Priest, who turns out to be the father of Forehead Guy.
Yeah.
Bro knows something's not right the minute he meets the High Priest.
He dislikes him instantly and says he's exactly like their line manager that they had back in the
he doesn't like I wouldn't like him.
No.
I would have known.
What, Ron L. Hubbard
You-
here?
look, you're
no
not
one's
gonna-
going to fucking like
Yeah.
him.
Thing is, right? They have no knowledge of cults and things like that, are they? This is it. They've lived.
No, they're very stupid.
They're ignorant to what the world is like, and that's why they don't really know that something's not right. Whereas, obviously, with the knowledge we have, we'd be like, "This is a cult," and he's.
You say that. Scientology still exists.
Mr. Dharma was out there at one
Shot
point.
at Scientology from the Summoning Boys.
We should probably keep our powder dry.
They're going to
on that
shut
one.
us down.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is going to come to this fucking door
I mean, he's pretty good in
and
Jack
punch
Reacher.
us in the nuts because that's as high as he can reach.
Oh,
I like him in Jack Reacher.
I like Tom Cruise as an actor.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's just a shitty human being, apparently.
Yeah, I've heard.
Forehead Boy ends up later on in this scene going over to the face god and opening up the gunman. He's caught by the high priest, who then stops him and is like, "How dare you touch the god?"
He was caught going into another dude's face.
Yeah.
That's what I heard there.
And then he's told that we need to hurry up because the ceremony is taking place soon. And we get the ceremony.
It's drawing straws.
Yeah, they're all drawing lots. When they're doing this, and it's left down to those 2 children at the end, and the priest's like, here, there's 2 left. You knew he had rigged this. How the fuck do you rig it? How do you rig it?
Well, do you think he just kept them 2 out and then
Oh, what, just dropped them in towards
Yeah.
the
dropped
end?
them in towards the end?
Although, surely you notice when it got empty, the last person.
Does
it
he
was
draw
empty.
a straw?
Oh, you never see him draw a straw.
I don't think
No.
he does. I think because he's the leader, he gets away with not. Like he's a guarantee.
Even Forehead Boy, I don't think draws one.
We all
Yeah,
know
no, he
it.
does. He does.
does.
Draw one.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, Grayson draws
Well,
one.
and
It's not a forehead. It's a receding hairline.
It's a 5-head.
It's a billboard. That's where we're going to do our advertising for this episode.
I mean, there's plenty of fucking room on there, don't worry.
so this is a bit like the King's Game that they play in Japan, isn't it? Where you draw the lots and wherever the mark may lay is the people that have been chosen. The 2 kids win because it's rigged. Everyone's excited because they get to go to the celestial lands. But they don't, because the village leader goes up to Bro and the rest of the crew and is like, yeah, can they come with you?
Why is it called the Celestial Lands? Is that a clue?
No,
Because
it's
that's
just
where the gods
sky
come from.
gods.
Right, but that's the stars, which they'd have no knowledge of existing.
Well, they just call it the celestial
So is that a clue
land.
that he knows more? Because he clearly does.
Well, he
That's
does.
why he's a cultist.
He obviously knows that there's the
a
stars
surface
and
and everything else, yeah.
He must know more than he lets on. This is when they explain that they're only allowed to have a population of 50, and the minute they go over that, that's when they have to draw lots and send whoever loses up to the surface as...
Surely then it's a thing called population control, and you should control who can actually have kids.
This is it, would you not? Yeah. I've limited it down.
Yeah.
Or you do what... Is it called Cannonball Run, where they're not
What?
allowed to live past the age of 35?
What?
Logan's Run.
Logan's Run.
Great movie.
That's it. Logan's
Great
Run.
movie.
They live in the dome, don't they?
It's an old 80s movie with,
Yeah.
I forgot the actor's name. He was quite famous in the 80s. Considered really good looking. Wasn't. And yeah, they're not allowed to live past 30. And when they
Steven
do,
Seagal.
they get
The
pushed
hand
out.
the hand
they
lights
have
up,
like a
and they
gem,
spin in the
don't
air
they?
and die, don't they? They get like
Yeah.
squished.
And he escaped to the outside world.
Steven Seagal?
No.
No,
It,
way
it
older.
turns out he escapes with a girl, doesn't he?
Yeah,
And he ends
a
up
good-looking girl.
ends up finding out that they're inside a dome. And actually, the whole point of this "you can't live past 30" thing is because there's population control. Because the resources outside of the dome, there is nothing. It's supposed to be a desolate world.
But it's
And-
not.
But it's not. He gets out of the dome and finds out that actually
He's in the middle of New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he runs not New York, Washington, because he runs
Yeah,
up
one of
the
those, yeah.
President Monument.
Yeah.
Guys in Lincoln Memorial.
Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah, he runs up there at the end,
But yeah.
All right.
and then goes back in and tells everyone else. It's a good movie for a really old movie. It's
But
like-
we would say that this place should really have some restrictions on who can actually...
On childbirth.
you
Yeah.
just
do
would,
stuff.
wouldn't you?
Yeah, but when there's not much to do, people be banging.
Yeah, it's true.
And
Yeah.
these people won't have access to
Condoms.
contraception.
Yeah. This
So,
is true.
Well, there's an easy solution for that.
What?
Oh, just put it in a different fucking hole.
But the thing is, right? So these people they be banging and they be
banging.
and they be reproducing.
They be reproducing.
When do they get to the point where they be banging brother and sisters?
Oh.
Well, sure, that's a potluck.
There's
thing,
only
right?
50. It's literally 50
As
people.
they're balls deep.
Well,
Hold on, are
the
you
on-
my
no.
sister?
Literally
The-
50 people are in this place. It's been over 100 years. You've been banging one
only-
of your cousins for a while.
The only siblings and parents and stuff that are getting banged are those that get stuck when they're digging tunnels.
Yeah, this is true. So it's
And
really-
they're only stepbrothers and step siblings.
Oh,
to say.
fair enough. That's when they're washing their clothes and get stuck in
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Yeah, they're doing the laundry and then they get stuck. You know, they're hoovering the table and then they get stuck.
Like some of those. Some of those.
They were
stucks.
reaching for something behind the bed and their arm got stuck.
I'm almost certain one of those is like a coffee table, and I looked at that and was
It is
like,
the coffee table.
I was like,
It's the one with the diamond legs
just,
that crisscross. I'm like, that's not how you clean
like-
a table.
all the way through the coffee table as well, isn't it?
It is.
Like, move your arms in, and then just.
The point isn't that they can get out.
No, the point is balls deep inside them. That's where the fucking point is. What do you do?
So in a roundabout way, these cave people be interbred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's
Yeah.
got such a giant fucking forehead.
That's why these kids are so fucking annoyingly retarded, right?
Why are you looking at me? What, 2 ADHD kids and a big forehead? It's not interbreeding. I got one parent from fucking Canada and one comes from fucking Italy. What are you talking about interbreeding?
Interspecies?
That's
Yeah, maybe.
interspecies, yeah.
I mean, you try with a beastman, right? Is it Idina?
Idina.
Yeah,
Is that the one with the scorpion tail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Yeah.
You'd avoid doggy style, but yeah, you would.
Just don't get stung.
Yeah. There's the entire fucking bunny episode.
Yeah, there is.
You'd fucking interbreed with that lot, wouldn't you?
I'm not. I'm keeping it.
I'd fucking keep in it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Go back to the episode? Let's go back to the episode.
Please.
Sure, why not?
So, after finding out about this population control, Bro speaks up and gives his
Shock.
opinion on the matter. He's not for it. And
Really? Who would have ever thought?
he goes as far as to try and purposely antagonize Forehead Guy, who's like, you don't know us, you can't tell us
The calmest dude on the planet.
that we're wrong. He gets angry. Before anything happens, though, all of a sudden, a new gunman falls down. This gunman is purposely seeking out Gurren Lagann. Mm-hmm. It's heard of it and wants to meet it.
And it knows it's down this hole.
Well, it does have a tracker thing on it.
Yeah. So during this
yeah, it
fight,
does.
during
'cause
this,
later on they say there's 2 Gurren Lagann signals.
yeah, during this fight, we get the bit where the idol, the face god, interferes in the fight between Gurren Lagann and this other gunman. We all thought this was Forehead Guy inside.
Of course, we all thought it was.
Yeah,
Grayson.
I thought it was Forehead Guy
Yeah.
inside.
Of course, they thought it was Grayson.
They defeat the other gunman. Turns out, Jim is doing a fishing sign.
In the campest way possible. I'm all about it. We've all seen the gif. That is Jim.
Turns out it's piloted by the High Priest, who says that he didn't know what he was doing and he was just copying what they had done when they got in Gurren Lagann.
Do we believe that?
Oh, no, not at all.
I don't know,
don't.
it doesn't come up again, so...
No, it doesn't.
No, no.
I don't believe it for a second.
No, Forehead Boy doesn't believe it.
No. Well, he, in the most politest way possible, he's like, now can you please leave?
He literally... It's so unbelievable that he backs it back in and sits it back down exactly where
He
it
literally
was.
does reverse it in.
It's like, no one reverses their car into a parking spot for fucking without practice. No one. And he's doing it with a fucking mech.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fucking his mech.
He ain't even got wing mirrors on that thing. He doesn't know.
He doesn't have wingmans.
And by the way, it drops down to a massive fucking hole.
It does, yeah. There's
Yeah.
like a pit.
Like, if he goes a
Within the
little
pit.
bit too far, he's fucked. He's gone down that.
That's because
back of
Bro
that pit.
saves him before he falls
Yeah,
down.
he grabs
he
him with
does.
Gurren.
That's true.
This is when they sort of reveal that he cheated the system and that his intention was to kill the... He picked those kids on purpose because those kids were orphans.
Yeah, they had nobody to.
And it wouldn't have
No
mattered
one would
had
grieve
they...
them.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the worst way possible, he's doing the best thing possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why they had these kids come into it. Partly for that,
Some
partly
of
for
these
later.
villagers who live here must know that this is the
Of course
case.
they do.
But it's
course
just
they
the
do,
thing,
yeah.
isn't it?
But you're going to ignore that because of that's
Cult.
how you live.
Because of cult.
Yes. Because you're
I also-
brainwashed to this
Yeah.
is the norm.
I would also say you'd ignore it anyway. If you realised that was the only way you were going to be able to survive, you'd go,
Yeah.
it's literally the way it's going to have to be.
So the episode ends with them leaving, and Forehead Guy decides that he's going to come with them. This is not just because obviously he's interested in what the outside world's like, but he also turns around to the High Priest, who's his father, and he says, with me leaving, that'll drop you to 49, which will help a little bit.
Well, it means you'll get a bit more extra food.
Well, you get a one person being born
Yeah.
breathing space.
Great.
But you've got a woman who lives in the village who clearly has the genetics to produce triplets, whose triplets are now living in the village, who can also have the genetics to have triplets of their own.
Yep. It is increased chances.
We need to...
That's science, guys.
We need to invent some contraceptives for this place.
Yeah. There is one. It's called a coat hanger.
Oh,
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say it's called an asshole.
That's, yeah.
What?
That's alleviating the problem before there is one.
Yeah, well,
Otherwise, they fell down the stairs.
I should have been the high priest.
If you're gonna do it the wrong way.
stick it in the bun hole.
See that exit? That's also an entrance.
If you must, you must. Some may die. But that is a risk I'm willing to take.
Or just do the old when in doubt, pull it out.
All over the cave wall.
That's how cave paintings were invented.
Oh, yes.
Only his cave paintings.
That's why they're all human shaped.
It's an outline.
It's not a Kama Sutra, it's a cave painting.
Okay,
Did you
moving.
say Kama Sutra?
Well, they'd still be in the position, wouldn't they? It's just an outline.
Okay.
Tapestry.
Move on.
Moving on. Moving on.
Tapestry.
We go into episodes. Are you okay? We move into.
Dying over here, don't mind me.
We move into episode 6.
Choking on all those dicks.
Oh, it's funny because it's true.
It's funny because it's true.
Oh, stroke, I'm good at what I do.
So, so episode 6 opens with them all reaching the predetermined destination that they were looking for, and nothing is there. They're following this destination. Would they have not noticed sooner that this destination moves?
No one updated Google Maps.
Right.
That's fucking... Not at one point they look down and go, refresh. Just F5 that, don't worry about it.
We cut to inside Gurren Lagann, and Yoko is complaining that she cannot stand the manly smell anymore.
It's all green inside and everything, isn't it?
It is.
And
This is-
she's like holding her nose and everything, and they're all like, "What's up? Are you alright?" And getting really close to her, and it's like, "Oh, are you feeling unwell?"
This is when the rabbit gunmen appear. They are beaten easily. Like, they pop up, they are smashed. This is when Yoko's gun works for once.
Yeah.
And she actually manages to kill one herself. They leave one alive, and they follow it. And they follow it into... It's like a fog, right?
Yeah, where Grandpa is.
Steve, what is this?
Now,
What is this?
Hold on, hold on.
this?
Do you know what? Do you know what this episode is? This is the bathhouse from Spirited Away.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because it's the same bridge and the same bathhouse.
There's a bridge.
Yeah, there's a bridge
It's
going
a
into
fucking
it, yeah.
bridge, and it's the exact same bridge as
It is
Spirited
Spirited
Away.
Away, isn't it?
It is Spirited
With
Away.
the old guy,
Yeah.
even. There's
It's-
literally even the old guy.
And an old man appears in the mist, and he points them to this. But it is the bathhouse from Spirited Away. It's the same bridge. It's the same bathhouse.
You know what I love about this old man? He directs them the whole way, like he's pointing the whole
Look,
time.
I can't remember past episode 15. Right? Is he important, or he's
I think
No.
he
just
turns
this
out to be a
random-
beast man.
yeah,
doesn't
I
he?
think he's a beastman.
Right.
But rather than letting him in the cabin and him directing them, Gurren Lagann's holding him in his hand, this frail old fucking
Yeah,
90-year-old
while
man, while he's pointing. Not once did they bring him inside out of the cold fog.
Yeah, but he's a stranger. You're not going to let him in. Stranger
Aren't all of them strangers? They've only known each other for like a week.
Well, look, he leads them to the bunny girls. Okay, this is when we get the.
That
bunny
ain't a
girls.
stranger. That's a fucking hero.
This is. And this is when we get the bunny girls, all
Welcome.
swarming them.
Welcome, welcome.
God.
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
heaven here,
You're not
aren't
leaving this
great.
bathhouse.
they? No,
I mean, yeah.
not alive.
You are
anyway.
when you find out. I was going to say,
One way or another.
is this not right? When it gets to the feast bit, right, and they've got all the food in front
The
of them.
feast is already there.
Do you know what?
Forehead guy's like, I'm not going to. It is him, isn't it? That's
I
like,
love
Yeah,
I'm
he
not going to touch
questions
this.
the
It
other
could be
side.
poisoned.
And they've already eaten it all.
Would
Yeah,
this not have
9/10
been
of it
the
are gone.
perfect moment to have killed them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To have poisoned the food?
Well, yeah. But,
Plot.
you know, plot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how are we supposed to get the big reveal and the
And
Yoko in the actual
Yeah, how are you
bath
supposed to get the bathhouse
in the
piece?
spring?
Okay.
Come on, we
So-
need the important parts of this episode.
We're here for the plot.
guess who else is at the bathhouse but the black siblings? They're all at the bath.
Performing or?
No, they're guests.
Oh, those ones I thought you meant the Jackson 5 again.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, my God. And then it's bath time in the hot spring waters. And
The best bit of this
Bro
episode.
gets super excited for this.
Wouldn't you?
Cut to them in the bath and a ginormous wall separating the male and female
It is
sides.
literally humongous, isn't it?
Like, he's super desperate, to get to the other side, right? Yeah. Why didn't he just go out the curtain and go in the girl's side curtain? He's got the balls, so why not do it?
Simone is a digger.
Yes, there's that too.
That
Yeah.
works
Literally
right
has
in
his
this episode.
drill.
He does that.
He does do that in this episode.
Yes.
Well, Bro starts talking to him about because they're looking at the moon at this
a
point,
man's got to do what a man's got to do.
and he says to
It's a
him
dandy
that
speech.
Yeah.
he says to Simon that he wants to go to the moon. One day they will go to the moon. Then they start hearing the girls talking from next door, and the girls are all talking about
your boobs are so big.
boob sizes. This is a trait that
It's a trope of
Yeah,
all anime.
it is. Yeah, we always get the
bathhouse
or beach
scene.
scene where they talk about tit sizes.
To be fair, Fran does talk about her boob size a lot. It comes up in conversation with her mates.
Oh, so you think this is just a thing girls do?
I'm not going to speak
If
for
we
girls.
have any girl fans, which I'd be fucking surprised if we do,
Yeah.
but if we do you talk about boobs all the time?
Well,
and
surely it's just a
compare?
part of their body. They don't see them the same way we do. So surely they just
but
talk about it. Like,
in-
they wouldn't talk
yeah, but
about
in-
it like,
in
oh, I'm
animes-
so big, they're so massive.
In
They'd just
animes,
be like,
they sort of grab each other's tits all the time and are like, oh, as a guy, you don't walk up to another guy and grab his dick and go,
Right.
well, that's a big one you've got there.
speak for yourself.
Grayson doesn't do that to you all the time. What are you on about? Just me? Oh, all right.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. But, like, Fran's been on the phone to her sister, butt naked.
Oh, only friends.
Yeah, but what's a phone call got to do with...
No, I mean, like, a video call.
Oh, right,
What?
okay.
All right, no.
They're twin sisters.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's different.
Hmm.
I've not been on the phone to my brothers, both butt naked. But
Not with the phone at dick level.
that's a Norse dick.
I mean,
Hey,
when
bro, look at this. Does this look normal?
I mean, the only thing is, I guess the only thing that's relatively comparable is when you guys turn up for an episode at my house.
You're always in your underwear.
I am.
Always.
Always.
We're not turning up for an episode at your house. We watch the fucking Euros at your house.
Yeah, you
We
did.
turn up for episodes at my house, and you're always in your underwear.
Yep.
When I go to collect him, yes.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. It just has to be done.
No, it doesn't
These
have
days.
to. Your have to is it being used wrong.
No.
It's
it
a
has
choice that you're making.
to. Yeah. I feel very comfortable in my own house in my breezy boxes.
Briefs.
Boxes. No briefs.
They're the baggy ones as well. That's what I
Yeah?
don't get. No,
What's wrong with
Look,
that?
as long as I don't turn up and he's in a thong, I'm fine.
why?
I don't know, the shock would probably get me.
It's all normal till you turn around. then it's gorilla ass. I'm not wrong though.
Yeah, he's not.
Going back to the episode,
Please.
we get, because of the booby talk, Bro is distracted from his conversation about going to the moon, and he wants to attempt to climb the wall to see what's on the other side.
You would get distracted though.
You would.
This is the moment where the little kid's in the bath with them, and he sticks his finger in Simon's
Oh, find the
arsehole.
hole. No, he's like, find the hole. Hole. Sticks his finger up and he's like,
It's
there's
not
a
the worst
hole.
part. That's a kid being stupid, and it's a funny joke.
Yeah, it is.
The worst part is when he sees over the wall, comes back down, and Carmina goes, "Wait, that worked?" And he's like, "Stick it in my eye."
Yeah, that's true. He's like, God.
That's the worst part.
And then he runs next door, naked. You can see his weenie in this, can't you?
You can.
You can see one of their weenies, yeah.
Yeah, the little
The
kids.
little
The
kids,
little
yeah.
kid's weenie,
The other
it
ones are
is.
covered up by the mole thing and
Yeah.
a drill.
So the little kid ends up going...
Well placed drill and mole placement here.
Is it odd that Carmina's is really small and Simon's is this fucking huge drill?
No, what's really funny is the fact is
Irony.
Buta's hands are out the front. So what the hell is he holding on to? What the hell is Buta? How is that
He's not.
taking place?
He's plugged in.
Yeah. Seriously, like I saw it, I was like, his hands are out the front.
Jim paying attention to the little details.
They
It is a
learned,
little
they learned
detail.
from the cave people. So
It's that hot glue stick.
Simon ends up drilling into the wall while Bro
Climbs
is
it.
attempting to climb the wall. He opens up the small hole, the peephole. He sees the girls there. He
sees
can't.
Yoko.
I was going to say he can't see much or anything like that, but he can hear them more clearly through the hole, and he hears them talking about Bro and Simon. And the girls, the black siblings, the girls that are in the bath, they talk about Bro first, and Yoko completely shuts them down. It's like he's a dick. Then they bring up Simon, and this is when Yoko starts she blushes and she starts bigging Simon up, and this gives him the wrong impression because he heard her,
'Cause it would.
Yeah, he heard her belittle Bro and then do nothing but praise him.
Is this reverse psychology for the girls to stay away from Carmina?
Yes, I think so.
Possibly,
Tell him he's
Yeah.
a prick so that they don't go near him.
maybe.
It doesn't work.
We cut to Bro again, and he has finally made it to the top of the wall.
He's made it to the top of that mountain, and he will conquer this mountain and see the treasure on the other side. I remember the speech perfectly.
And as he gets there, just as he's about to look down, the whole bathhouse turns into a ginormous gunman that was charging in a charging port in the mountain. The plug comes out.
The plug comes out.
The plug comes. Jesus, I forgot about that bit.
Yeah, oh no, I put that down.
Didn't have a long enough cable. That's the problem. You see.
They get in gurren lagann, and they face off with the bathhouse gunman.
God,
And
I love this
The
bit.
gunman puts up the video of the girls all trapped in a cage, and their bits are pixelated.
Yep.
And initially, you're like, oh, that's so they don't show us, the audience.
Japanese
Yeah.
censorship. Very
But
standard.
Bro turns around and goes, why is it pixelated? I can almost make it out,
I
but not
can't
quite.
see the good stuff. And she's like, she turns around and is like, if you.
She says that she will unpixelate them if he steps out of the gunman. He steps out of the gunman.
No, wait. It's the fact that Yoko's like, yeah, right. They're not stupid. What are you doing? And he's like, sorry, a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
That's the dandy way of living, baby.
I'm not having that.
They,
Retract your statement of Dandy being in this episode. We've got Carmina in this episode.
Living the dandy way.
good as her word, the bathhouse beastman unpixelates the girls, and
Towels.
they're all in towels.
Even I went, oh.
Yoko gets fed up of the stupidity of Bro and breaks them out of the cage herself.
Shoots the chain, doesn't she?
Yes, she shoots the chain, and then there's the scene where Bro is fighting his way through the bathhouse. Yoko's fighting her way through the bathhouse. They both come together.
Yoko, I've come to save you, as she fucking absolutely pile drives him in the face.
If you wanted to see him, you just needed to ask. I'll show you
Oh,
anytime you want.
yes.
Wait, what?
She offers him up a look,
Well, see,
and
it,
then,
A lot of
and then
looks.
backtracks.
A lot of looks,
It is-
anytime he wants.
it is literally, God, all you needed to do was ask and I would have shown you them. And then she's like, oh, wait, no, that's not what I meant, not what I meant. It's
It's
totally
100% what she
Totally
meant.
would.
Then they start destroying the bathhouse gunman from the inside.
I'd destroy Yoko from the inside.
We know.
The leader then realizes they're inside, and she has equipped the girls with special towels that can constrict them.
It's the fact that she turns it on, it starts crushing them, and then you literally Carmina's like, oh.
And
He's
this,
like, oh, maybe tighten it a bit more.
You sounded like toast then. Toast London.
Oh.
this is also
Yes!
Yes, I can hear you, Clan Fandango.
this is also when we get the first mention of there being a spiral king. Then it's not mentioned after that, but the name is dropped in there.
Is that you?
That is him.
What's wrong with you?
Just want to drink beer.
It's just a beast that's inside him. Yeah.
Is it you? Are you the beast?
My balls are on my chest. I'll have you know.
The big boss isn't paying attention, and the little annoying kid manages to grab the remote that controls the towels. Bro screams at him to turn.
He loosens it, doesn't
turn
he? So
it
it's
on.
normal, and then he's
Yeah.
like, turn it all the way off, all the way off.
Keep turning the dial, keep turning the dial. The kid turns the dial to the point that the towels fall.
Bikinis.
And you're like, oh, it's bikinis.
And the girls are all in bikinis. Double layer of protection.
Well,
Bro
not just
rate.
for West Beach girls.
This
It's a local joke for local people.
Bro ends up raging at this point.
Shout out to anybody from Wisby.
He starts raging because he hasn't got to see the girls naked. That he ends up combining again. They form Gurren Lagann again, and they destroy the big bathhouse gunman very easily at this point. Like,
If I was there, all right, this is just me thinking from a comfort sort of thing. I would definitely take over that.
You're
gun.
taking the bathhouse.
Yeah, you're taking the bathhouse.
you would have thought so, wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
Not blooming
Clean,
destroying the
it's
bathhouse.
food.
Well,
and
they
it plugs in.
destroy it, and this is the moment that Yoko's boobs pop out, and everyone's like, "Oh!" And everyone gets a look, even Simon.
Do you mean everyone in the anime, or just me and Grayson go? "Whoa."
No, it's not like they give you much, but
No, it's true. He's true.
and the episode ends with, guess what? Viral's back.
Great. He turns up.
I like Viral. I don't know what your problem is with him.
Yeah, I like him. It's just like,
No, I was sick to death of him continuously coming back. It pissed me off.
That's the point of him, though.
yeah.
He's the other. He's the same as them because he
No,
joins them.
No.
From the opposite
He would have
side,
had
yeah.
the same effect had he have popped up maybe twice and then not popped up.
But then
again
he wouldn't
until
have
the
had. It
end.
wouldn't have shown to have that fighting spirit.
Is
He's
it is
getting
the
back up.
the rivalry? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the point. He's still got to get back up. It's an equality thing.
I think he just pops up too much, a little too much.
Do you
for
know
me.
what he is? And best way to relate him is Speedy Sounds Sonic from One Punch Man. The bad guy one that's
Yeah.
just the ninja
Who won't stop even
who
though
won't
he can't
stop.
win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally what he is.
So episode 7 opens with Viral being back, but he won't fight them because they're naked. And he's like, before we fight, put some
Get some
clothes.
clothes on.
And we have another gunman fight.
God, you hate Mecha, don't you?
I fucking...
He really does, but there's no reason
Nothing
for it.
about these fighting scenes or anything like that are exciting or hyped or anything. They're boring.
Did you not like the finishing move?
Yeah.
I hate all. I hate.
Giga drill break.
I get no joy out of watching mech fights.
I love them.
Shit.
I'm not a huge fan of Mecha
Over
fights.
exaggerated, poorly animated.
The
crap.
ones in these are good. Because they're piss takes, I enjoy them. They're over the top. It's stupid, and that's why I like them in this. I'm not a huge Mecha
You've
fan
got a problem
either.
with over exaggeration, and then you watch Shimonita, and you're like, "That's cool. That's all fine."
different thing altogether.
Maybe.
He doesn't mind over exaggerated sexuality.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not over exaggerated big toys.
Mech fights. Ugh.
I love them.
Have you watched Neon Genesis?
No,
It's
there's a good reason for
Yeah,
that.
there is a good reason. It's not great. It's very fucking religious.
I don't
heavy
watch mechs.
and complicated.
Don't watch mechs.
Oh god,
This
just
is
stop.
probably the only mech I've watched.
I did tell you to watch Alden Zero, but you haven't.
Nope.
That's
I
a
think of
good
more
mech.
that I would have watched.
That's a good mech, but it has a lot of good plot as
Transformers
well.
Headmasters.
Nope.
Good.
I don't like
Zero.
Transformers.
I keep telling you.
What, the cartoon?
Any of them.
I think it was Gen 2 or Gen 3 they did a Headmasters.
Even the
where-
movie. I watched
they
the
were
movie,
piloted.
but that was because Megan Fox was in it.
I mean, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Whatever.
That and Optimus Prime.
Anyway, carry on.
Transform and roll out.
during the fight, they talk about the fact that there's a capital, and they talk a little bit more about the fact that there's a Spiral King. So they're name dropping him more often now to sort of bring him into this.
Well, he's a big bad. They're starting to give you the hints.
Then a bullet comes flying out of nowhere from the distance. Now, at this point, when I saw the shadow, I was like, is that Hal's moving castle? Because, fuck me, it looked like the silhouette version of Hal's moving castle.
Yeah, it did.
100% looked like Hal's moving castle from a distance, right? I know it doesn't look like anything like it when you actually see it. But I was like, I'd already seen the Spirited Away bathhouse, and I was like, is that Hal's moving castle as well? I thought they were just taking the piss out of Ghibli completely at this point.
That's not difficult, though.
Yeah.
I mean, just listen to one of our Ghibli episodes if you want to see Ghibli ripped apart.
I liked Spirit Away. It wasn't bad.
That doesn't mean it's good.
That sums
gave
up our review.
I gave it a 7. I gave it a 7.
Then we get the... they make some penis jokes at this point, don't they, about the moving castle, because the whole that ginormous pointy bit is coming from between the legs of it.
It does look... Even when they eject, it leaves behind its dick.
It
Yeah,
does.
it does.
And just the body drops out. So that is effectively a giant cock.
Yes. And Bro wants to fight it.
Of course.
And we find out that it's piloted by one of the Spiral King's generals.
4 generals. That's all you get.
We
after
see
that,
there's
isn't it?
4 of them later, but
I thought they said that you're one of. I am
they
one
just
of
say
the 4
one of.
generals.
No, he just says one of the generals. I think. Oh, he might
I
say
don't
4.
remember.
I didn't get 4 until I saw them.
No, they definitely mentioned
Yeah.
4 earlier than when you see them.
Okay.
I'm just not sure if it's here or not.
Well, bro won't retreat from this ginormous gunman.
And it is ridiculously oversized against like.
It's a ship with legs.
Yeah.
And their leg is damaged at this point,
Yeah.
and it repairs itself through
Yeah, fighting spirit.
Fighting spirit.
spiral energy.
Sure.
Fighting spirit. Yep.
Same thing, apparently.
Yeah, same thing.
That's what we
Come
find
out.
out anyway. But it's all coming from Simon.
Yep.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was from both.
Nope, Simon.
No.
Whenever
it's
he's
from
hyped up,
Simon.
you see the energy bar go up.
Yeah, he's in direct control of how much energy they've got to distribute. Carmina does the fighting. Simon does the energy providing.
Cool.
That's their partnership.
So
That's
he's
why it
he's
fails.
a battery.
Yeah, that's why it fails
Yeah.
later on, because he gets overhyped and then he spews out energy and can't
Yeah,
control
yeah,
it.
I get it.
Because there's no Carmina to force it into a direction.
Yep.
So they know that they've got to try and get on the deck of this ship.
On the dick.
He's
I knew it was coming.
he's a very
What,
large
that
dick.
dick?
So they
Very large
decide,
dick.
they decide that
Need
the
a lot
best,
of dick sealant for that.
the best way to do this is to purposely get hit with a missile, blown up into the air so that they can land on board.
What a way to get yourself on board.
They get there and
This is the finger in the bum tactic.
It literally is. It literally is. He's like, oh, hold
We've
on.
all been there.
Have we?
Yeah?
No.
What, you've never had a missile?
Not up me bum.
You're missing out, son.
they're on the deck and they're getting
Missile out.
Hey! So you got a tickly spot up there, you'll like it.
they're getting attacked on the deck of the ship, and another smaller gunman starts to attack them, but they're saved. They're saved by another gunman whose pilot knows bro. Then we get to see the general for the first time, the gorilla. It's a gorilla general.
It's a gorilla general.
It's a gorilla general. I can't remember his name. Gorilla general will do.
I don't even remember his name either.
That dude from Planet of the Apes.
He slaps Gurren Lagann about a little bit while on his deck.
While on his dick.
I'm not. No, leave it.
He will not bite.
You shouldn't ever buy a dick.
Turns out that these mechs that have come to save them are piloted. One is piloted by Kitan, who is the older brother of the black siblings, and the chief of Litna village,
Yeah, I believe so.
Dika. I wrote his name. I hope that's his name.
So, sure, why not?
Let's-
Like you just wrote dick for no reason.
Dika. It's a posh way of saying it.
the car.
And he tells them that since they left, and they left with, they left the village with the knowledge that they can take over gunmen, they have been
Everybody's
taking
decided to
over,
take 'em over,
gunmen.
Something
way-
they should have done weeks ago.
Yes.
What about the star one? The star one is so weird.
It's cool.
Well,
The
do you mean the
Keaton
half
one.
moon Keaton
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
It's cool.
It's weird.
It's like a half moon from one side, a star from the front. It
Yeah.
looks cool.
Weird. I didn't like
It's a
it.
good design. I like that design. It's probably my favorite gunman.
Why?
It looks cool,
It just literally looks like something.
especially
out
when
of a
it's
Magic
powered up with the
Roundabout.
others, and it's got his sword and its little like
Oh, what, when the sisters combine with
it's
it?
gladiator fucking
Yeah.
baton from fucking you expect wolf in the background and a little shield. It's cool.
It literally looks like something out of the Magic Roundabout.
What magic roundabout did you watch? I remember a fucking stupid dog, a springy boy.
Which dog?
The one that looked like a carpet. It looked like a shag rug.
Shagrug. Nice.
Back to Gurren Lagann. Bro won't still retreat, even though they're up against it, against this humongous gunman. Only because he says that if they were to turn and run, this thing would pick them off from behind in an instant. Because it's got cannons fucking everywhere.
Well, it's true.
Yeah, the best way to
He
fight
actually
it
says
is
he's
on
got
it.
to
So yeah,
fight
he,
it.
he is right. At this moment, they cannot leave. Then he allows Simon to take over, to take the lead, and he leads the gunman over to the cliff edge, all the way shooting around it.
With spirally things.
We all saw what was going to happen here, right?
Yeah. It gets to the point we see that he has dropped explosive devices into the floor all around the gunman. They blow up and it drops the ginormous ship
Into
thing
a ravine.
into a ravine. At this point, I thought they just won it.
Yeah,
was
I
it.
thought that was
I thought, oh, they've defeated it because it's plummeted down to the bottom of a ravine. after they've won, this is when they decide that like they have formed the resistance. That's
Yeah, it's they decide to they form Gurren when they get
That's the
When
ship
they
when
get
it
it,
dies.
yeah.
Because
But
he calls the ship Daigur.
It's just a resistance at this point
yeah.
until Bro comes up with the idea that they must steal the huge gunman ship and make it their headquarters. And the guerrilla general actually says this is the biggest gunman owned by the Beastmen.
But
And
it's
it was
not.
a gift from the
But
Sparrow
it's
King
not
himself.
the biggest one.
No,
No,
Because
not at
then
all.
about 4 episodes later, we see a fucking bigger one.
Yeah. Everyone's not sure about the whole plan until and Bro is like, don't worry, Simon's got this covered. He'll take over the ginormous gunship.
That's literally his plan, isn't it?
He's
It's
got
like,
it.
he's going to take it over, and everybody else is like, we remember this guy. He's not going to be the greatest person.
At this point, Yoko gives Simon round the campfire you've got this.
Punch on the arm, like, yeah, come on, you got it, bro. Don't worry about it.
And then she goes to find Bro, who's sort of staring off into the distance at the moon and that, isn't he? And
It's nice that we finally get after what we've probably had about 4 episodes of them just like grandstanding and not a lot of actual character
hitting
development.
each other and kicking
Yeah.
each other. And
Well, that's the characters,
Actually,
isn't it? These over-the-top, exaggerated,
Yeah,
one-dimensional, I'm here for a one-trick pony kind of
because this
thing.
is episode 6, isn't
yeah,
it?
no,
and it's
7.
Yeah, this is episode 7.
So it's taken
No,
7 episodes for her to finally admit. What she admits is she goes up to him and states that she just doesn't want him to die.
And he says, "Don't worry, you cover my back, and I've got your front." No, he says, "I've got everything from the front," and she's like, "Your back is your main weak point." Taps him on the shoulder and then kisses him, don't she?
Not at this point.
It's getting close.
No,
though.
at this point she just says that she doesn't want him to die, and then the episode ends with a volcano erupting.
That's
I don't know if that was a euphemism
that's a
or...
euphemism.
I thought that was episode 6 then, or is it going into it? I don't know. I got lost at this point.
Episode 8.
Yeah, there we go.
Episode 8 opens with Simon trying to go to sleep, but he can't sleep. Yoko appears before him, and he's about to tell her that he likes her.
Definitely.
This is the moment when he's about to admit to her that he's got feelings for her. He doesn't get the chance, though.
I thought he backed out and just stopped saying it. Oh no, because she starts talking about is Carmina all right and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
she changes the conversation, and he never gets the opportunity to say what he wants to say. At this point, we all know that he's got the wrong idea. It was obvious from episode
The
3.
bathhouse?
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Yeah,
Episode
that's
3,
true,
when
yeah.
she wanted to go hunting with him and not have
Yeah.
Simon there. So, for us, it's not really a surprise. But then the next scene is when Yoko goes back to Bro.
Yeah, this is the one, isn't it?
And this is when she says, would you like to say it?
Your back is your main weak point. You always miss people coming from it. Literally taps him on the shoulder and then kisses him instantly. I like it because Carmina turns around and it's like,
twice,
that's
isn't it?
right. As long as I'll take on everything from the front, as long as you've got my back.
And they
And
kiss.
that's when
They
they say
kiss
it.
twice, and it's also the moment that he turns around to her and says, "I'll repay that kiss."
10 times over.
10,000 over.
Yeah.
10,000.
10,000 times over, and she's like,
I'm looking
"That's a
forward to
lot."
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. And
Is this
then
an
you
I
see
Love You
Seaman-
3000?
Yeah, it seems like it. It is like that.
Yeah,
isn't it?
kind
That's
of. I
very
guess.
similar.
Yeah.
But it ends with us seeing that Simon was in the bushes and he saw it all, and he gets super upset and runs off and curls up in a ball in lagann, crying.
It's like it has shattered his world a bit because he's just like, it's none of my business. It's none of my business.
He
What
knows,
happens.
though.
Yeah, he does there now.
But for him, the signs weren't there, I guess.
yeah.
Or
Well,
was he just so oblivious to it because
I think
he
it was
didn't
just
want
that
to
young
believe it?
childhood
child,
naivety.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
He doesn't know what he's
he's
looking
clearly
for.
a lot younger than Bro,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah,
And he's even
massively.
younger than Yoko
Yeah.
by
I'd say
yeah,
it's like
4 or
easily.
5
13.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to be around 13, right? Yoko's 16. I think Bro's 19 or 18.
You saying that he's blooming 13? I think he's more of like 12 or 11.
No, I'd say about
I'd
13
say
or so.
I think about 13.
All right.
We get to the next day, and it's the day of the attack that they're going to go after the big gunship, and they want to combine with the fortress to take it over.
But his power levels, you can already see. Lagann,
We knew this was coming,
concentrating.
right? We
Yeah.
knew that because he was upset about what had just happened, he's not gonna be
You
firing
can't
on all
focus the
cylinders.
energy
Yeah.
and power on it.
But he's pissed off that it's affecting him as well, because he's like, it's none of my business. Why am I getting so upset about this?
Because you would get upset about that.
Yeah. Even with understanding, if you like someone and you
Even
can
if you-
understand someone not liking
had left
you, you
it.
go, well, that
He had
sucks.
left it too late to say anything. Is what he'd done.
Yeah, I feel like that's the conflict that he had. That maybe he'd have felt better if actually he'd been able to say it, and then Yoko was like, "Look."
If he'd
no,
got
I
a
don't
straight
feel
answer
that
without
way.
finding out that way,
the hard way.
Yeah.
You would say he.
But
Found
it's
out
not
the hard way.
Bro's fault.
No,
No,
it's
it's
no
not.
one's fault.
no one's fault.
Although, would Bro not have known that he liked Yoko?
No, I don't
No.
think so. Because
I don't
Bro,
think there are any signs
Do you not
there
think they're
from-
close enough?
No,
For
Bro
that to have.
Bro doesn't look at the
I-
detail.
I don't think there's enough from Simone towards Yoko.
Yeah, there isn't.
Okay, yeah. No,
For
I get
that.
that. Just a few blushing moments.
Yeah,
And that's it.
And, like,
And
I
they're
don't think
always-
there's anything. And Carmina's not there.
Yeah, they're always just between Yoko and Simon.
Yeah. So they get to the fortress, and it's literally at the bottom of this ravine, and it hasn't moved. Although the people on it, they all knew the assault was going to be coming, so they're all prepared, and the assault begins. The ship launches beastmen all over the place up into the air because there's tons on board. I have a size problem. Sometimes it's ridiculously big, and sometimes it's looks smaller sort of thing. And it's chock full of gunmen.
Yeah, I think this is, again, we're supposed to... This is where that comedy aspect comes in.
It's just like an unbelievable amount
Yeah.
pouring out sort of thing, like the sword. When it
Every,
was extra
everything,
long and it kept going.
everything is hyper exaggerated to make it
Yeah.
kind of funnier or, just stand out more. And you're supposed to. It gets to that point where you go, "When's enough? Enough? Come on." It's
And
a bit
Viral
like-
is here as well, isn't he? He's on board.
Yeah.
And Lagann and Simon manage to drill into the top of the fortress, into the head of the fortress. But Simon can't get Lagann to fully sink because he's so distracted with the whole Yoko thing. At this point, would you not have pulled yourself together?
What's the name of the engineer? Sorry again.
Which one? Twiddly fingers.
Yeah.
Begins with an L.
Leron.
Leron, yeah, because Leron turns
Ron.
around. Yeah, Ron turns around basically and says, "There's something wrong with Lagann. It's not. It seems conflicted.
It's
and
not fully sinking.
It's not sinking for some reason. What's going on?"
And then the guerrilla general gets into his gunman, because all the generals have a
Unique.
gunman and then also a personal gunman as well, don't they? They have a big one and
A travelling one, yeah, because
Yeah.
Thingy has that stupid centipede thing.
Yeah.
and the turtle guy has a ginormous turtle.
Wait, is it?
Bro ends up flying out of his gunman,
Oh, and there's
Oh, I love this
So
bit.
jumps up to Simon and just
Open the hatch!
smacks
Open
him.
the hatch.
Let me
All
see
right,
you
what's
grit
going
those
on?
teeth.
Yeah, just punches him. Because all good anime have a bit of a slap or a punch in them.
Sometimes you
just
just
got-
need to give someone a good slap.
Yeah.
He tells Simon to get his act together, so Simon gets his act together.
Where's the
Every-
fact that
every time you
every
doubt
time
yourself.
you doubt yourself.
I'll
And
be there to
Bro-
smack you one.
Bro returns to his gunman, is about to take off to fight again, and then the huge shot comes through the bottom, and it goes straight through his gunman.
Oh,
And it was the guerrilla general from inside.
They show it like 3 or 4 times.
yeah, they
as
do
well.
because it's like a cut from everyone, isn't it? Like Yoko,
And then-
from the team, from Simu.
Yeah, they burst through, and Viral and the guerrilla general team up on Bro inside Gurren. He gets smashed about, and then finally, is it Viral or the gorilla?
The gorilla.
So the guerrilla general manages to stab through the back of Gurren, and it goes through
Into,
Bro.
yeah, Bro.
And well, not through him. You don't see it go
Just
through him, but
into-
into the
I
back
think
of
it's
Bro
supposed to be like the side. It slices through the
Yeah,
main chunk of his
body.
upper body, yeah.
and it powers down, and you think, oh shit.
Well, he's dead.
Well, yeah, you think he's dead.
At this point, you're like, I didn't think he was dead because I didn't think he was going to die.
Yeah,
so
that's
I was
true.
like,
I didn't think
"Ah,
he was dead
fuck,
dead. I
he's
thought
injured,
at this
injured."
point, when they show his fucking life signs and he just dwindles to nothing.
I expected a burst back up again. I did expect that.
Yeah, but everybody
Yeah.
expects that in an anime.
Yeah.
It's like
I think that's the point of when he actually finally does kick it at the end. You're
you
like,
go,
"Wait,
oh
what?"
shit.
Yeah,
what?
I know. But at this point, when this all happens, Simon goes fucking mental.
Wait, syncs up fully.
He slaps Viral into next week. He goes fucking
Causes a
flying.
volcanic explosion.
Lots
Yeah.
of volcanic explosions.
Bro wakes up again.
Well, he just hears over the radio that Seaman's out of control, and if it doesn't stop,
Yeah,
he's
he
going to
needs
go
to stop.
into the
Or he's
cliffs
gonna kill
and kill
everyone.
He
everyone.
wakes up and is like, pull yourself together.
Can't a guy just get a little
Yeah.
sleep?
Nice, yeah.
They end up combining again.
Did anyone notice the blood in this bit as well?
Yeah, there's loads
yeah.
of it.
When he gets up and it literally just pisses out of him on
Yeah.
one side,
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. And he manages to sync up one more time. And they're in perfect sync together.
Yep.
And he tells him one more time to believe. And
Yeah, don't believe in me.
Believe in the you that believes in...
Don't believe in the me that believes in you. Don't believe in the
believe
Carmina,
in you.
Believe in you.
He finally says, just believe in you.
Yeah.
And never forget that.
Never doubt yourself.
Never forget.
Oh,
never
it's,
doubt yourself.
it's that last bit where he's just like, see you later, bro.
And they form the ginormous lanced drill.
Yeah.
And
Giga drill break.
They end up smashing through Gorilla Guy's mech and they kill
then
him.
The finishing move.
Giga drill break.
No,
And
the twin glasses.
Oh, yeah.
The
twin
finishing move.
Twin glasses.
Throws them and the glasses spin. They slow down and separate and you see them both there. Oh, it's so good.
and then we get Bro's final moment.
Where it goes black and white. And he's just like, see you later,
White and
bro.
blue for his face,
Yeah.
doesn't it, right at the end? See you later, bro.
Yeah. And that's
And
it.
he doesn't even hear him.
No, he doesn't. He's like, what'd you say? And then it's like...
And Bro dies.
Oh. And then it starts raining. It's
And
all of the scene that
They
ends
they
it.
they
Oh.
give us kind of what Grimgar did. They give us
Yeah.
their
Pain.
everything's dark, everything's raining, and you get the flash from character to character, and you just see
He's dead.
everyone in pain.
Yeah, and he's dead. You just see that he's dead inside the...
He's just inside the mech.
Yeah,
he's
because
dead.
the mech is just there and you see
Yeah.
him lumped over inside. No show does that.
and
No.
no,
They
and-
don't show your body just still in its fucking place of death. They're always
No.
holding it or just carrying it.
Yeah.
And they've left him alone in this mech.
and it ends with Simon saying that on that day they lost something that could not be replaced.
Yep. Also, something that I really liked. We can now talk about it because we're at the end of this episode of ours. Something that I've liked right at the start, we always get, is the narrator. Who's like, this is a tale of a man that doesn't realise his destiny.
And you always think it's about Carmina.
And you always think it's about Carmina. It's like, this is the tale of a man whose destiny is yet to be revealed.
And
And then after this episode, it changes, doesn't it?
Look, I didn't see him dying coming.
Who would?
Obviously, this is my
And
second
even when
time
you see
watching
it,
it
you
through,
don't
so-
think
Yeah,
it's
I didn't
permanent.
believe it.
You
for
think
a
there's going to be
start.
some Dragon Ball somewhere
I
that'll
thought
pull him back.
I thought he just like maybe passed out with pain,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, next episode they would have patched him up or something. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, we'll cover what comes next. But that was the expectation. But at this point, the realization of him actually being dead hadn't hit home until you get the next episode.
2 episodes, yeah.
Yeah, 9 and 10.
The
Mo-
pure pain
yeah.
episode where it is just Simone
Yeah.
lashing out.
Yeah, that's when you know that he's dead. But at this point, you're still there with the whole. Well, maybe next episode he'll just be laying in a hospital bed because obviously Dai Gurren that they take over has a full hospital facility. But yeah, so we're what 8 episodes in.
Episodes in.
How are we feeling so far?
This is one of my favorite animes of all time. You don't need to ask me how I feel. I fucking love this show. This kickstarted my love for anime again after maybe 10, 15 years of not watching it. Purely because of the stereotypes that it does lean into for comedy. That's what pulled me into this show.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the dandy of mix.
I didn't
Yeah.
get the comedy from it.
And
To be
a
honest
lot of
with
it is older shows, Dragon Ball and Bleach and
Yeah.
stuff like
I
that.
didn't get any of the comedy, but
didn't
I
make me
actually
laugh.
loved and enjoyed the
No, I don't
anime.
think it is that laugh out loud kind of funny.
No.
I think it's it's a reference to.
It's the
it's a reference
ridiculous.
to.
And mine is the
And
but
like-
that doesn't make me like love it just because I'm like, oh, there's a reference there. That's
Yeah.
fair enough. That doesn't grab me and make me love an anime.
No, but it is that, we talked about
I wasn't invested.
earlier.
I wasn't invested in Bro. So when he died, I was like, oh fuck, I didn't see that. coming.
I
But-
loved the over exaggerated speeches and everything. I loved fucking Carmina.
Yeah, I got his
I loved
character, but as
Like
in-
his speeches made no sense, but at the same time you're like, but I understand what you're saying.
I was
Yeah.
very like Yoko was a big character for you to be invested in, not just for the fan service that she brought, but you just like the character.
Yeah, I like.
You were a big
Yoko.
fan of like this was
a
Yoko
kick-ass
carried.
woman with a fucking huge
Yeah,
gun.
Yoko carried this for 8 episodes, but then they did her dirty.
Do you
after
know
this.
where I
Yeah, they
enjoyed?
try and redeem it a bit, but yeah,
They did her
They
dirty
drop her
after
as
this.
she becomes a second-rate character
Yeah.
after this.
Do you know
100%.
where I really enjoyed this? Where I really got invested in Yoko? Of course, I like Yoko from the start, but actually, the bit where I got invested was
I draw the line in the
episode
sand
8.
here.
no,
Really? 8?
literally because
When she
we
kisses
got
bro.
yeah, because we got more than just the one-dimensional. I shoot a gun.
So
And-
I liked her a bit more because of that exact same reason, but I got it when she was like, I will draw the line right here and I'm not moving from this spot. I'll die here if
In
I
episode
have to."
3.
Yeah. Up until there, I'm like, you're here for tits and ass. And then at that point, I'm like, you're here for tits and ass and to kick some
She
fucking
was there
ass,
for
you're
a
right.
lot all the way up to episode 8, 9, and
Yeah.
then they were like, "Yeah, she's a background character
She
now."
stops.
She
being
becomes a
prominent.
cheerleader.
She stops
Yeah.
being prominent. Episode 11.
earlier.
Earlier. I'd say it's
halfway through episode 9.
When-
probably after. Yeah, I'd say 9 is where
No,
it's the
after
last
Mia.
episode where she becomes
Yeah, as soon as
No.
Nia shows up,
After Mia,
Nia,
Nia.
Nia, after she shows up, not that episode, not the one after that, but the one after that, because it's the one where she
That's
is going to be
11.
killed. It's the one where she's going to be killed and she shoots her.
through the hair.
Through the
Yeah.
hair.
Yep.
But
That's
we're not
literally
talking
it.
about those because that all comes up later anyway.
Yeah,
But Yoko as a character so far, brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, the carrying factor for me, I didn't find Bro funny, and I wasn't bothered about him dying. That is just
I
how
was.
I felt about it.
I was.
Didn't bother me in the slightest. Hated Simon. He just moaned and bitched all the time, and then somehow clicks into fucking gear.
Again, though, that is our lead character for a lot of animes.
How many times do we watch an anime and complain because the character is a moany twat?
Yeah.
Every single one we have complained
Yeah,
about.
it
Just
is.
because this is Gurren Lagann, we seem to find it acceptable.
It's acceptable because he does change.
Yeah,
He does
actually
become
has an
Kirito.
arc.
He gets that Kirito arc, the
He gets an
exact
arc.
same Kirito arc, but it's also done
He
knowing
doesn't.
that's
He just
exactly what they're
becomes
doing.
almost a body double of Bro.
Kind of.
He does.
no.
He doesn't
He
give-
adopts his sayings. He adopts
Yeah.
his stances. He adopts the way he does stuff. He just fucking fills his
Well,
shoes.
yeah, that's his biggest influence and has been since they dot.
But
as far
that's
as
what
we
they've
know.
done. They
And
we'll
that's his
discuss
kind
it.
of-
We'll discuss it again. 'cause
his
obviously
coping mechanism.
That's later. But yeah, at the minute, not a fan of his character.
Yeah, he is an empty shell. At episode 8,
A whiny
he's an empty
kid.
shell. He is supposed to be that person that, to be honest, if you looked at the anime and you were just quite bland, you got up to episode 6 or 7, and you didn't realise what happened in episode 8, you'd look at it and you'd think, right, Carmina is your main person. He's going to drive the story and that. Seamoon's there.
But you think
but
he's
what-
going to step up eventually?
Yeah, you think he's going
You
to
know
step
that's
up
going to
eventually.
happen,
But
but you'd obviously don't think the Bro's going to.
then
die.
you then think, how are they going to make him step up? Well, the only way they're going to make
Well-
him step up is by having a major trauma or something happen to him
I
that
thought
forces him to
I
do it.
thought it was going to be the way that they're going is they're amassing an army and then they're going to go, well, someone needs to lead this army, and everyone chooses Carmina and Carmina goes, no, him. That's the way I thought it was
yeah,
going
and
to go.
Carmina sort of takes a back seat to it all.
Yeah, and then Carmina becomes just the hype man, second
Yeah.
place, and behind closed doors, Carmina does exactly what Carmina does for Simone all the time. But then
Just hypes him
Simone is the one in the meetings going, "This is what I think we should do,"
because he's the brains.
because he's
Because he thinks with his
It's
head.
just the fact that Seamoon has been a blank slate character all the way up to episode 8.
He's been a follower.
He's been a follower, yeah, and also, if you look at it all the way up to episode 8, he has an arc right there where you can see it. Oh, he's afraid to get into a fight. He doesn't want to go into these situations.
You knew where he was going.
Yeah, you know where he's going, but you don't know how he's going to get there.
No,
and
no.
the
This
way
is how
that
he
they,
gets there.
Not the way he
and
did,
that's
yeah.
how they get
He
there.
gets there by copying. It gets to the point where he goes to an extreme in episode 9 where it is,
Yeah.
I will fight
But we're not-
fucking
yeah.
anything because that's what Bro would have done.
But
And then
we'll
he
talk
reins
about
it back
episode
into a
9
middle
and
ground.
that later. It's
Yeah,
just the fact of
he
up to
adopts
8.
a bit of him and a bit of Bro and puts it together.
Yeah.
It's just up to episode 8 at
Yeah.
the moment where it's just he is the empty shell.
Yeah.
We
So-
don't realise he's going to be the main character until we get to
No.
the next bit.
Even the next bit, that
Yeah.
Eight
that's
in, you're right. I'm watching it. I'm not invested.
I was invested.
was
when
that
we
I
got
I
up
was
to episode
fucking
6.
hooked on this. I watched this in maybe like 2 or 3 days. The whole thing. All of it. Like,
I had to
what is
watch
it,
this in bits and
26
pieces.
episodes?
Bits and pieces.
You watched the whole thing?
I watched the whole fucking thing in like 2 or 3 days.
you
I
know what?
blasted this the fuck through.
Yeah, I got to episode 15 after 3 days, and I was like, I should stop now. But I'm actually thinking, I might watch the rest. Because, screw it. I like it. I enjoy... Actually, to be fair, I enjoy what happens next. Is as much.
What happens even after episodes 15 is... which is where we're going to stop in the next episode, is still fantastic. Because it does do that Dragon Ball trope, an anime trope of how can we get a bigger, badder enemy? And then they go, well, the enemy is the galaxy.
Yeah.
At first, it's, the Spiral King, and then it's the moon, which is slightly bigger, and then it's the fucking entire universe because it's bigger. It's a big point of this show is here's something ridiculous, and they're going to be it.
Well, the trope is we're going to try really hard, we're going to scream really loud, and that's going to win it for us.
Even Forehead Boy, the calmest thing on the planet in episode 15 is screaming in the final episode.
Yep.
You're all right, you fucking character-breaking prick. Calm down.
Well, on that note, it's time for us to chuff off. All you summoners can join us next time where we will finish episode 9 to 15. We're only going to 15, guys, because that's the end of sort of the major plot line.
Spiral King.
The death of the Spiral King.
And if you want to see any more of it, like me and Grayson do, Sheeny doesn't, by the way.
So join us next time. If you've got any questions or queries, or just want to chat to us, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at How Not to Summon, or you're welcome to join our Discord at How Not to Summon a Podcast. We're always active and we will reply. I've been Sheeny Senpai.
I've been Jim.
I've been Grayson.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye, bro.